we're here. Chris is
long story short,
Chris is pulling a flu game Michael Jordan right now.
Woo, Kurt Schilling,
Buddy Sock, Paul Pierce.
Long story short, my voice is compromised, kind of like Glenn Rivers. So don't be alarmed.
Ooh.
We don't have Glenn Rivers on the show today.
Paul Reed's never
I'm
going to
sorry.
play.
I think you still sound better than Glenn.
We're not doing a Paul Reed victory tour today.
That's because we're going to say that for the parade.
No, instead, we're going to be doing our Bryce Harper countdown instead.
Oh, I can't wait for the Bryce Harper countdown.
Let's go. I'm ready.
I'm definitely ready.
Kyle Schwartzy is going to be back soon in the lineup.
Schwartzy.
You love to see that. I'm just honestly really impressed with the Phillies. I saw a stat that this far in the season, our record is better than not only the 2018, but also the 1980, both of our World Series teams. Obviously, our franchise record in wins is the 103 win team of 2000.
Aren't we currently at 9,999 wins?
Are we? I remember we were the first team to 10,000 losses. I know
yes, but I do believe we are right now at the 9,999 win precipice. If we win tonight, we will officially be in the 10,000 win marker. So
love to see that.
I love to see that. But honestly, you know what I really love to see? I love to see this team be resilient and really put forth the best effort without their two main hitters with Bryce Harper. We are 9,900.
Okay,
I thought so. Gotcha. So, yeah, I really love to see the resilience. I mean, Bryson's not hitting
Alec
right
Bohm
now.
still hitting.
Nick slowly coming out the funk.
Thank God. Honestly, I'd rather Nick save it for September and October. Like,
you know,
if he just blows up.
But baseball is not like basketball.
It kind of is, though. You can get hot at the right time.
No, most certainly. But what I mean is you don't generally see somebody go from ice cold to supernova hot and then maintain it. Like you'll go ice cold, then you'll go on this like great super hot streak, and then you go ice cold again.
Yep.
But the most consistent hitters, the way they build out of their slumps is they gradually get out of it, and once they get out of it, they back into their hit tool. Like Nick can hit for whatever reason, he's just slumping right now. Like I don't believe he's necessarily Reese. I love Reese. I don't want to hate on Reese, but when Reese first came up, we just thought he was like this 5-tool hitter. We thought he was going to hit for average, for power, bring in the RBIs, be extremely disciplined at the plate. But
so what Dominic Brown was supposed to be.
Ooh,
you will not let this. You can never make fun of me about Josh Gordon until you let this Dom Brown thing.
So first off, Dom Brown is a Philly legend.
First of all, Josh Gordon's back in the NFL. Where's Dominic Brown at?
But that's a different
First of all, Dominic Brown had the greatest July in Philly's history.
His swing was beautiful. It was almost Ken Griffey-ish at one point.
All right. Back to the Phillies.
No, his swing was pure.
Dominic Brown in July was Ben Simmons.
Listen, Glenn Rivers. Listen, Glenn Rivers. We don't care about your opinion on baseball.
So you call Dom Ben Simmons in January. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's All-Stars.
But historically, Ben does perform well in January. Just the other 4 or 5 months, he's middling. Shout out to Ben Simmons getting that recoup of a portion of a $20 million that he should have never received or even looked at. Shouldn't even had a case, to be honest. But shout out to you for getting a little bit of bread back. So do we think that we're gonna keep this hot momentum going into September? I mean,
I would hope we haven't peaked too early. That's my only fear.
Well, the last couple of years, this is kind of what we do. We get really hot at towards the tail end of July into August, and then by the time September come, boom, out of gas, flat on the face.
And then we have a horrible month and somehow don't make the playoffs. Like we're 13 games over 500. We should make the playoffs.
No, we most certainly should, but the problem is the Mets are really good.
And then the Braves just realized they were the world champions.
So you got two teams that are
not to mention the Mets just got the two best pitchers back.
Exactly. I mean, listen, Scherzer,
they were rolling without Scherzer and DeGrom, by the way.
This is the thing. Like, if I'm being honest, the only ones that really scare me on the Mets pitching staff, it's not even Scherzer. It's DeGrom and Diaz. It's DeGrom and their closer.
I'm not worried about Edwin Diaz. First of all, can we talk about that closing song?
Been
the most
shut
overblown
down.
thing in baseball.
Yes,
that
but
is whack.
What?
His closeout song. I'm like every time.
It's not so much
it's electric, and I'm just like, it's not though.
What? But it's not so much that it's the closing song; it's the whole entrance. It's the way that they do. Have you ever seen it?
Yeah, I've seen.
Like it's you can't tell me it's not dope. The way he walks in, it's kind of wild.
I just
thing-ish.
can't wait
It's
to
also
be
the
in
fan
city. I can't wait to be
participation
in
Most
City Field
definitely.
and watch them blow a save in in Game 5 in NLDS.
Why does
It's
everybody
2-2.
just love to see the Mets like just fall flat on their face?
No, to us. It's not just particularly watching the Mets. I'm just seeing Bryce.
because the Mets are
Knock
the
up.
Knicks of baseball.
Thank you, Glenn. Anything else you want to say there? I'm gonna give you
Shout
credit
out
for
to
the entire
Glenn
2
Rivers
hours.
on the mic tonight.
Yeah, we got Doc Rivers replacing Chris tonight.
That's top 15 all time.
Hey,
wouldn't-
listen,
You
it's
wouldn't
about
ask, you wouldn't ask Greg Popovich that, would you?
Well, Greg Popovich is a proven 5-time champion. You're a fluke champion,
Oh,
Glenn.
Where's
first
your-
off, don't disrespect Glenn like that.
Where's your ring at?
Where's your ring at?
You got real quiet over there. Where's your ring?
Yeah, where's your
I'm
ring?
not a top 15 coach all the time.
Exactly, and I am. So so anyway,
See, this is our
I
problem.
mean, now granted,
Was you a top
it's-
15 coach
it's
when we got
bloated.
blown out at home in the Game 6 against Miami?
Can we not talk about that? Or the fact that we were up, 3-1, 3-2 on the Hawks?
2-1. Oh, 3-2 on the Hawks.
And we lost 5 straight games that were.
no, it was 2-2. They blew a 26-point lead.
Right. But what did we
Okay.
lose? Like 5 straight games that we had to lead in the fourth quarter
Something
by like
like
20 points. Like we were actually whooping their
We
butt.
should've- yeah.
Yeah,
But this fall is about to be dope. We're gonna have the Phillies back in the playoffs. The Eagles look better than they have. I really have a lot of faith in them. My obviously the biggest question mark
Jalen Hurts.
is going to be Jalen, just because every year is the quarterback. I'm not doing it because of Jalen Hurts. I'm not even going to jump on that Jalen Hurts. Oh, he got to prove it thing. No, it's every year is the quarterback. And then the Sixers, like, come on, man. Like, it's the 76th year anniversary of the NBA. We have the opening night game against Boston.
In Boston.
The first game, not of the doubleheader. And then we have the Knicks in Madison Square Garden on Christmas. Like, even if the Knicks are not anything, do you
they're a home
understand?
opener against Milwaukee.
So can we talk about the politics of the NBA and how they're playing this to their maximum profitability?
By the way, the Sixers are plus 1,500. Same odds as the Brooklyn Nets right now. So if you want to put that money down on the
I
Bulls-
already put money down. I'm gonna let you know now. Money down hard and
I'm
top.
about to put
300K.
money down also.
Glenn, I think that's illegal.
Oh yeah, Glenn, put some money down, Glenn. Guys everywhere, you hear this?
Oh,
Doc
dude,
Rivers
dude.
is on the line with us, and
Oh,
he
really?
likes to bet.
Relax, I'm not gonna pull Calvin Ridley. I got people for that.
Yeah, God forbid you get suspended for a year for gambling, but not a year for sexually assaulting.
Hey, listen,
You sick. You sick.
Shout out to Deshaun Watson for
Shout out to the Jacksonville Jaguars.
like.
They actually have fans.
Well, they had enough to
Wow.
chant that wonderful.
Wonderful chant. Did you get a chance to check
Oh
that
man,
out?
Yeah, I
that was
did.
phenomenal.
That was great. I'm not gonna lie. He's gonna have a tough time playing on the road all year. I can tell you that much right
He
now.
gonna have a tough time playing at home. I mean,
Let's be real.
He's going.
Browns fans, they gonna boo like the first 2 weeks.
I mean, he's
and
going.
then-
He's going to have a tough time playing. Period. If he can get on the field,
that is
Did
true.
they suspend him for a year? No,
they're trying to get him suspended for a year.
Well,
They're still at 6 games right now.
Yes. So he's still slated to come back week 7 against Baltimore.
Yeah, but you about to walk into Baltimore off a suspension. Woo boy, you gonna get your butt.
And he's gonna torch
handed.
Baltimore, I think. I'm
Torch.
sorry. Do I believe in Deshaun Watson in person? But if you're asking me about Deshaun Watson, the quarterback,
I
gotta
believe
be
in
an
Deshaun
analyst.
Watson, the quarterback. I always have. I mean, that's why I wanted him on the Eagles forever until obviously all of that happened. But outside of Deshaun Watson, the player, Deshaun Watson, the athlete, has been not playing organized sports for almost 2 years. You're going to play how many snaps in the preseason? Then you're going to serve a suspension and come off and then play the Baltimore Ravens, which is one of the most physical, tough teams in the NFL. I don't give a darn how good you are as a quarterback. Tom Brady, off of 2 years retirement, is not walking into
Tom Brady ain't Deshaun Watson.
yeah, he ain't as mobile. So after 2 years,
That's
he getting
literally what I mean.
destroyed. Deshaun, after 2 years and a suspension, still ain't gonna be Deshaun. You gonna tell me he gonna get away from that line, those trenches? No. You gonna literally have to chalk it every time or give it to Chubbs or
Were
Hunt.
you suspended? They say you can't practice with the team, right?
No,
be
you
around
can't
the
practice with the
facility.
team. You can't be around the facility.
Is there somebody who's actually would be monitoring that?
Yes.
Okay, I just always wanted to know. Like, what if I
Team
just come
team
to
always
the
has staff for that.
Okay, so he could be a practice. Somebody be like, hey, I'm going to tell the NFL.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be
Like, they
honest,
all
this is
have
gonna sound
liaisons.
super crummy, right? If I was an NFL owner, I'm gonna be real. Deshaun will be practicing the first 6 weeks of the year. I'm just being real. Like, if we just gonna go full villain at this point, whoever the Browns owner, you clearly a villain. You clearly don't care.
Well, I don't really know how that's really crummy from an NFL standpoint because they're all crummy individuals. They probably will love that anyway.
Yeah,
I mean, they profit off of athletes. They don't care what you do in your personal time as long as you don't get caught. When you get caught, now I got to enforce it.
Yep.
And the problem with that is the
Well-
only thing they actually don't enforce is abuse against women. They enforce everything else.
Yeah.
Marijuana, you get years. Gambling, yeah, let's give you a year. You beat on a woman or you accost a woman, let's give you a couple days.
DIY. Oh, you out of here.
Like, if Ray Rice never got caught on video, he'd still be playing in the NFL.
Yep. He still got his wife.
Well, we're not going to talk about that. Shout out to the loyal women out there.
Shout out to the people that are understanding what the difference between a misunderstanding that went too far and a domestic abuse. I think let's be real.
You call what he did a misunderstanding?
I wouldn't call it a misunderstanding.
I
I,
mean,
wouldn't
you're-
call what he did a misunderstanding.
I
I would
mean-
say the things that led
I'm
I
just
would
saying
say-
there are two things can be true. at the same
true about the situation. He went overboard, but that is not the same thing
He
as
went
someone being-
overboard. He hit his wife in the elevator.
He dragged her out.
He dragged her out of the elevator. How is that? That's bro. Like,
I'm being
explain to me how that's not
okay,
domestic.
all right.
That is
And first off, it's not domestic abuse. That's hotel abuse.
That's
but
what's-
still, that-
Yo, okay.
that's still.
All right, this is gonna sound crazy,
bruh, like
but
that,
I'm just
there's
gonna
no-
say
there's
that's
not okay
since
about
we-
that.
so we-
Like,
so we-
how do
so
you
we-
That's
say-
I'm not
This-
saying anything is okay. All right, so I'm gonna be real with you.
okay.
If somebody spit in my face, I'm trashing you. I'm just gonna be honest.
Okay, but if somebody spit in your face, are you going straight mollywop her with 3 straight hard punches? Are you Mike Tyson?
Okay, me no, but that's not my personality. But I will say, if someone was to spit in my face, I don't know what the next
I
action.
think that's a
the course
little
of that is
overboard,
gonna
bro.
be. I
You're gonna
I
warrant your-
did just say that, right? I literally just actually
I'm
used the
just
term
saying,
overboard.
I'm just
You know
making
what I
sure that you know. That's a
I
little
am
bit-
understanding. See, this is
Okay.
the thing where we get in these things. Oh, you condone it? No, I'm not condoning this. None of what went on is okay. You know that I know that.
Right.
Specifically, personally, you know that I know that. My point I'm saying is they had a domestic dispute that, let's be truthful about
He
this.
loves hitting his death.
Let's be truthful about this. If this had gone on in their home, nobody would have known about it. He'd have went back to practice the next week and no, it would have never
That's-
been talked about.
Most NFL players.
And but what I mean to say that is, and the reason I say that is, let's say that it happened and they got divorced and nobody knew about it. Like, I wonder what happened with Ray Rice and his wife. They're still together,
right.
like together.
right.
So I'm not saying what he did is okay, but I'm saying that whatever they had was something that happened. It worked out. This is clearly not in a situation where, unless she's just not going to admit it over the last 10 years, that she's being constantly abused. This was clearly a situation of something that
maybe
went too
that's
far.
the case though, and it maybe is also because they just live a very toxic life.
That could also be the case. My point being is, to me, there will always be a difference between, okay, a toxic relationship that maybe went a little too far and someone being constantly abused. They are not the
So,
same thing. We
let-
need to have this conversation. We don't.
Okay, so
There is nuance with everything.
I agree to disagree here because I don't think that anything that man did was first time. I don't think that anything anyway.
Okay, so you feel like that looked like pattern behavior.
Oh, most definitely.
Okay, well then that's where we're disagreeing, is because I don't feel like that was pattern
First
behavior.
off, just because
Because there would be more incidents to be reported. If you're an abuser to that level,
no,
you're going to keep abusing her.
No, let's not do that.
You're not
Let's
gonna stop
do
doing
that
it.
There are
because now
plenty- there are
let's not
plenty-
do that because you're assuming that every woman speaks out about their
I don't mean
abuse.
speak out. The way he what'd you say? He mollywopped her. You ain't hiding that, bro. You are. I'm being deadly serious. This has nothing to do with her as the victim. This has to do with, if that's you're saying a pattern of behavior, that is a 200 and something pound running back. If he is Greg Hardy's wife, I will, or I guess ex-wife or ex-girlfriend, I will give an example. He could not hide that because he is a 6'4",
What's
300
the difference in Ray
something pound
Rice?
different defensive end who was constantly abusing this woman.
So was it different in Ray Rice?
You didn't hear what my entire argument
No,
was.
that's what I'm asking.
So you're saying the only difference is that they stayed together.
No, I'm not even saying that they stayed together. That if this was a pattern, all right. For example, people talked about the whole Chris Brown thing with Rihanna, right? A lot of people try to dismiss it as a one-time thing.
we overreached,
Then
but okay.
We do very much. But then the Carucci thing happened. It was like, maybe this is a pattern. My point
Of
is, if
his
you are an
environment.
abuser, if you are an abuser, if you abusive, you don't just abuse one time. Like you just said, you see a pattern of behavior. Where is the followed up abuse?
But the thing is, you expect to see the follow-up abuse as the spectator looking outside in.
That's what I was gonna say.
Like you're see, the thing
I
is,
know where
and
I'm
this-
going with
this-
this.
no, we're not saying that
No,
you're
I'm
wrong.
not.
What
No,
we're
we're not
saying
saying-
is,
Go ahead.
as the average let's say as an average human being who pays way too much attention to social media,
Yeah.
way too much attention to somebody else's life instead of your own life. The problem is when you see one thing happen and your argument is because I didn't see a follow-up and because I didn't see it repeatedly happen in the news, it doesn't happen. Because the reality is a lot of it ain't ever reported. I mean, let's be honest, a lot of Michael Jordan's infractions wasn't reported when it was happening. Allen Iverson, you live in this city.
Oh, we know
But
about what he did this year.
but-
Everybody knows
But
that.
okay, so in that retrospect, nationwide, they don't know. This wasn't national news when Allen Iverson was running in his wife's cousin's apartment because he thought she was cheating on him, and he beat on a homosexual man, assuming that was the man that his wife was cheating on. That wasn't national news. My point is, when stuff like this happens, you assume that everybody always knows about it. We don't know that Ray Rice has only done it once. I don't know that it's been a pattern. But what I'm saying is, looking at the video, nothing about that says, oh, this is a first-time offense. That says I literally have that type of behavior. And looking at the video, it's easy to see how that behavior is patterned. The difference is he might not have ever put his hands on her the way he did in the elevator and then try to cover it up like an idiot, drag her off the elevator. I never thought that was vindictive. But the fact of the matter is you put your hands on your woman, bruh, in a fashion that don't look like that was a one-off.
Yeah, it looked like it was.
Like, you get what I'm saying? Like Chris
It looked
Brown and
like it was
Rihanna,
building
let's be
up.
honest. Chris Brown and Rihanna, we could have said that could have been a one-off because Rihanna's
You not-
crazy. Chris Brown's crazy.
You
No,
swinging on me in 160.
no.
cars.
Let's get
That
this.
sound
We
wild.
already understand that they probably had a toxic relationship.
Yeah.
But my point is, we understand both of their personalities.
Mhm.
Rihanna is, correct me if I'm wrong, Bahamian.
Yes.
So she's
she's
a West Indian,
Mhm.
very passionate, fiery young woman. Chris Brown is come on, bro. He from the Hampton Roads. Like he from the
backwards.
hood of Virginia. He ain't from no light work. He ain't come from a light work town like environment. So she raised her voice. He raised his voice. She started in her forehead. Now he like, yo, get your hands off me. Now I'm not saying this is what happened, but I'm saying this is how this develops into physical confrontation.
That is what I mean when I say. So thank you for
That
explaining
wasn't
that
Ray Rice's
situation.
wife's situation.
You don't
though.
feel like that's what that was.
That was not that at all. Let's
Nah.
go back and look at that video. That was not that at all.
It felt
She
like
never
something.
wa-
It
right.
felt like something was.
She
building
never
up to
once
that.
was doing the like Krishan with Blueface. That's different. Krishan antagonizes him constantly. If you look at all the videos, like when he's trying to walk away, she's literally like, to the point where he's like, all right, he ain't tucked right. The boy's he's a pill popper. He's already, cool with hitting on women. He about to lay you out. But in a Ray Rice instance, bruh, that wasn't Krishan. That was a woman who literally looked like she was about to get laid out. So explain to me how that don't look like a pattern behavior. Miles Bridges, did you ever see that coming? We thought a lot of things about Miles Bridges. You're an idiot. You're a drug addict. You drink too much syrup. But we never thought that you would be abusing on your woman the way that you did in front of your kid.
Okay. Let's use the Miles Bridges for it. You just proved my point by bringing up Miles Bridges.
How?
You cannot hide that amount of abuse that you are speaking of in a pattern behavior for that
There's
long.
different levels of aggression, bro. The way he hit on his woman was way different than a lot of, bro. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Chris. Last time I checked, when they was talking about the injuries that was inflicted on her, he not only choked her, like with two hands in front of his kid. Yes.
No, that's no. You're proving my point.
How?
You said the Ray Rice thing with the Miles Bridges thing, right? This is
both
a
are
pattern. This is pattern behavior. This is multiple incidents that are leading up to a trial for this.
But when did you see that from Miles Bridges before, bro? When did you see the domestic abuse case?
The only reason you seen Ray Rice was because of the video. So my point to you being is this is an isolated incident that we saw on video. That's how I viewed it. Whereas clearly with Miles Bridges, this is a pattern behavior to where this point where this woman couldn't hide it, to where they have a warrant out for this man's arrest. That's what I'm saying. That's all that I'm saying in that regard. All of it is wrong. So don't anyone on the line think that I'm justifying anything. If you or anybody, I want to actually say this, all clarification aside. If you or anyone you know are experiencing any sort of toxic physical behavior between anybody, I don't care if it's man to woman, woman to man, woman to woman, man to man, alien to alien, it is not okay, and that is not a healthy relationship. That is not love, and you should not be there.
Well,
I don't care why. So I don't want anybody to think that I'm arguing for or I'm just saying that, for example, this Deshaun Watson thing, is clearly pattern behavior. Like this is if this is the
that's
most
that's
egregious case
apples
of it.
and oranges. Deshaun Watson ain't hitting on women. Deshaun Watson just don't want to keep his dick in his pants. Sorry. My apologies.
Yeah, but yes. Yeah. So
My apologies, Chris Thomas.
yes, sorry about that.
We apologize for that. The opinions of us as commentators, as anchors, does not reflect the opinions of 98.5 Uptown Radio.
Not at all. And I get extremely passionate, and that is my apologies for that, especially when topics like this. So let's segue.
But I say that to say, when you say that someone cannot come on the field after 7 weeks, I think there's no way that this dude, I get it. There's nothing you can do to replicate real game speed,
Right.
especially guys who have a counting preseason training camp. Let's call it a 15-week advantage on as far as getting their bodies and minds ready for the season.
But
These guys
won't
are already
even
in
have that.
full. No, I'm saying I'm saying the advantage. I'm setting the stage for why I just believe that he'll be able to ready to play.
Okay.
You are one. I'm setting the stage for why you're 100% right in your initial assumption.
But so Chris, he only had one drive though in the first game.
Yeah.
He only had one drive. He's not.
And he can
going
play in
to-
all the preseason games.
But
He's
we
going to
don't-
play the whole fourth
but they don't-
preseason or third whole preseason. I promise you.
But they don't play them like that anymore.
Oh, they play 3 now. So
No,
he'll play.
no. What I'm saying is they don't play starters like that anymore.
Not
Like
really.
especially quarterbacks, they hold them out.
But
now.
I think now a guy like him, like, what's the worst that could happen if he gets suspended for a year? Let's say you have him out there and he tears it again.
he's not
ACL.
getting suspended for a year. I would love to think that that's going to happen. I mean, I think all of us would love to see something
I
a
think
lot more
that's where the appeal
severe.
is coming from, is because the backlash on how like light the penalty was. Because Calvin Ridley somewhere like, bruh,
Well, my thing is,
like honestly, real rap. Calvin Ridley's like, bruh, like, what do you mean?
No, to me, I said it last week in regards to this. Like Roger Goodell's like, oh, this is egregious. We can't let this happen. I'm just
Right.
like,
Bro, you did the first time.
I'm like, bro, you have constantly have done this. If you cared about women and their products, and your product in regards to domestic violence and how it affects and impacts the women watching your product, you would have had a disciplinary action in regards to this case years ago to prevent this.
do you think Goodell's to blame though? Because so what I'm trying to understand, and I think I'm getting a little bit more
Well, yeah.
wiser about
Well,
NFL. He's
well-
just the commissioner. Like, yeah,
The
he does-
owners run that.
right. You get what I'm
Don't ever
saying?
forget.
Like, so my thing is, we put
Yeah,
a
the
little
owners
bit
are the boss of
unfair,
them, yeah, but
we put a little bit unfair like process on Goodell because don't he still answer to the 31 or 32 owners
Yes.
in the NFL?
But even still, then it's like baseball doesn't have that issue. When it comes to Trevor Bauer, oh, you got 2 years
Right,
right off the bat.
right.
No question.
They didn't even play games.
No.
But
But
to be
meanwhile,
fair, Drupal Herrera, he
he was suspended for
what, a year?
Yeah,
Then he got back in.
yeah.
And you seen what happened to his welcome when he came back. I
Yeah.
mean, even the Phillies weren't as the same about him as they were before they found out all that happened.
Yeah, but so the issue, like I said last week, in regards to this, the NFL is always reactionary when it comes to their disciplinary rather than proactive.
No, that's very true.
Because if you would have already had a layout, a foundation in terms of, okay, if you're driving drunk, like a DUI situation, like a Dante Stallworth situation, yeah, to me, you get a year because not only you're threatening the image of our league, you're also threatening lives as well. So we don't need another Dante Stallworth or like a Henry Ruggs situation. So yeah, you're done. So
That's so sad that happened to him too,
Yes,
because like even with Dante Stallworth, those two circumstances you're mentioning, like, yeah, they both did something completely horrible and traumatic and
Yes.
tragic. Henry was dumb, like too much alcohol, showboating in the car with this girl, and then boom. Dante Stallworth, same thing, DUI. It is like I don't feel bad for the person. I feel bad because like that could have been prevented. You know what I'm saying? Like you're
Yes.
not a bad person, and you have to suffer
Henry
for
Ruggs.
the yes. Like Dante Stallworth, they're not. You never once heard something about them being bad people, but they did something bad that cost lives, and now you have to suffer for that. Like that's terrible. As opposed to somebody like a Greg Hardy, or that lesser known. You're not actually taking lives. But when I look at you, I can't, I don't like you. Like, I don't like what you stand for because what we talked about, the behavior. But Henry Ruggs and Dante Stallworth, it's like,
Man, everybody's.
oh,
I won't say everybody, but a vast majority of people have. I'm gonna say two things: driven drunk, and driven over the speed limit.
Yeah, you're right about that. Because I'll be honest with y'all, I drove drunk once, and I'll never do it again. It's the worst feeling in the world.
And so many other people have. And
Oh.
he was just a 22-year-old kid who's driving drunk, trying to impress some girl, and made a mistake. And yes, it cost someone's life, and mistakes have consequences. But that is what we classify as a mistake.
And unfortunately, he couldn't do the Dante Stallworth thing. Or unfortunately, because I
Dante
do feel
Stallworth
like
wasn't drunk. I don't think.
no, he had a DUI.
Yeah.
It was a DUI. I mean, I don't think his limit was like egregious, but he had a DUI.
Is that what makes the difference between like manslaughter or something?
Yes. But Henry Ruggs' DUI was what, like 3 or 4 times over the limit?
Yeah.
Where Dante Stallworth was like a half over the limit.
Yeah, the thing is, Stallworth got suspended for 30 games, but then he didn't get a suspension until the 2009 season.
Okay.
So
He paid the family what, $4 million, right?
yes.
It was a $4 million settlement in
Yeah,
order
then
not
in
to
2009,
take
he
a criminal.
pleaded guilty to DUI manslaughter, which then he got suspended for an entire year. Didn't play a single game for Cleveland.
And the difference between him and Henry Ruggs is Henry Ruggs was at a certain speed limit.
He's at like 125.
Right. No, he was more than that.
Really? Was he doing
Yeah,
it
he was pushing. He was pushing. He had what, a 220. He had a 225
Dash, yeah.
225 dash. I think he was going 160.
156.
Yeah, I thought so.
Dear Lord.
Destroyed his life before it even
And
started.
I've been in a couple of car accidents, and we were going 50, 60, maybe even 78. I can't imagine at 156 miles per hour. Oh my God.
I'll tell you, like yesterday, I was in the bottom. I was in Mantua when it happened to me, and I wasn't even driving fast. I just happened to overdrive a stop sign, and that's how I got pulled over. But even in that, and when I tell y'all, like it's literally small. Like I literally dropped my friend off, hit my foot on the gas, went through a stop sign. Cop saw me, pulled me over. In those 2 seconds, I was already driving drunk. I was already scared for my life, just for the simple fact that I wasn't in my own. I didn't have my own faculties.
Yeah.
Like, and you know how that is. If I'm not in my own right frame of mind,
anything can happen when you're behind the wheel.
I'm never comfortable. Like, I'm never comfortable. So I mean, to each his own. I hope that nobody, especially anybody out there listening, please don't drive and drink. If you're going to drink, it's very simple. Lyft, Uber, rideshare. Don't jeopardize your life or anybody else's life by trying to push the narrative and get yourself home. Yes, you may be a champion. You may have done it once, twice, or 20 times, but all you need is that one time, and you're Dante Stallworth or you're Henry Ruggs. And now your life's over.
Man, no, facts.
Like, we joke and play about stuff like that, but it literally is a snap the finger, your life's over. And somebody's life is taken from them when we could have literally just paid $15, $20, cash Lyft, Uber, home. But can we talk about the Eagles? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Can we please talk about the fact that Jordan Davis looks absolutely monstrous? Like, are we in agreement with that?
Yes.
Jordan Davis, like, I don't care about the Cam Jurgens video I seen. It was the getting triple teamed and seeing Nakobe Dean take that tackle for a loss, and you're just envisioning that's how it's going to be halfway year round, especially when he starts actually getting in with Fletcher Cox.
They did him dirty in Madden, though.
So I don't play Madden, but I did see who is that? Who is that picture they gave Jordan Davis? That is certainly not Jordan Davis. Is that Albert Hainworth?
Generic Madden face number 54.
They even made him smaller than what he is. Like, he looks too slim. Like, I'm very disappointed in, because if you look at NBA, if you look at 2K, like, James Harden looks just like James Harden. Then you look at Madden and you're like, don't they have the same technology?
This is why we need 2K back. NFL 2K back.
Wait, what?
This is why we need NFL 2K back.
No, we're not doing this.
Yes.
We're not doing this.
Yes, we do.
We're not doing this.
$20.
No,
For a
bro.
better product.
NFL 2K?
Yes.
Please call in. Please answer this question. Do you think that NFL 2K is better at any point in your life? Gameplay, graphics, probably, but gameplay better than Madden? I really would love to know this because the only 2K that I ever thought was better than anything was NBA.
2K men, 2K men. NFL 2K5 is one of the best games of all time. From PS2.
Shout out, Chalk. No, shout out, Chalk. No, bro, NFL. We're not. No, Chris.
Yes,
You're my brother. We can't do an NFL.
So
2K.
you rather pay 60 for Madden?
I don't play football.
I'm just saying, you rather pay 60 for Madden, where I could literally get a better product in several aspects for a third of the price.
Yes. I know that's first world problems I just thrown at you, but yes.
Why is it the name?
Yes.
Is it the John
Yes.
Madden?
Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. Y'all know how I feel because we're not gonna do with my perception of women and perception and men and their love for labels and brands. But when it comes to video games, yes, I'm very much a label person. Like I'm very much Ubisoft, 2K Studio. Like I need to know what studios is coming from. I need to see your history because I don't trust you, and I don't trust.
You don't trust Terrell Owens on the cover.
I'm sorry, Joel Embiid was on the cover of Live. I don't trust that either. Yes,
no.
I can't wait till the season starts.
No, I can't wait.
Again, it's a pleasure to have y'all tune in. Thank y'all for tuning in. Please call in if you have any questions. I'm honored to be here with Chris and Jamal.
The number is 215-763-9596.
You know,
Warren, I know you're probably listening right now.
Don't call in, Warren.
Warren, please call in, Warren. We had a great conversation a couple weeks ago. I would love to
leave
Warren
that
to call
Kenny
in.
Omega stuff at the door, man.
Matter of fact, yes, bring the Kenny Omega in.
Oh, so you mean the Bucks' third partner in the trios tournament? Oh gosh, we never would have thought it.
Sorry, you mean the
This is
most
my
overrated tag team in history?
This is my battle cry.
You said what?
Bucks are overrated.
Yeah, the most overrated tag team in history. The Harley Boys, as my man Jim Cornette would say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to the Kevin Owens prize fighter.
Oh man, are we
Yes,
we might as well just segue into
Yes.
wrestling.
Let's just do it. I mean,
Also,
we're
shout out.
brothers.
Shout out Triple H.
Shout out Triple
No,
H.
let's and I wish our brother Stone was here for this conversation right now. He's probably somewhere.
Shout out
taking
grown
care
men
of
who
the
love
fam-
wresling.
Taking care of the fam. Oh, shout out real rap.
Oh, no,
Listen,
but real
Shout
talk.
out
though.
grown
Shout
men
out,
who love wrestling.
shout out to my man Stone. He is getting married in October.
Yes, congratulations,
Black,
Stone.
Black love.
Black
Hashtag-
love, man.
I wish you health, wealth, and a life of blessings, my brother. I wish nothing but the best on you and your bride. And I hope one day, Stone, Roman Reigns beats Bruno's record.
Wow. I'm gonna ignore that. And I'm gonna say to the Triple H, Paul Levesque, I've been hard on you.
You've been hard on Paul?
Ever since I was a kid, I've been hard on Triple H.
The
I
wrestler,
felt like
yes.
the Reign of Terror ruined wrestling for me and probably was a very big proponent in pushing me away from not only not watching Raw, but kind of falling back from wrestling in general.
Okay.
I was just tired of seeing Triple H at the top, and it was like he was this reminder of a forgotten era
So me
that
and John
kept
Cena.
burying everybody else.
So that's when you started watching Impact.
So me and Cena.
Watching a poor man's Walmart version of the Reign of Terror with Jeff Jarrett.
Weren't you watching Impact with me?
Oh,
I was.
touche.
Okay, so shut up.
So I guess I'm the only one at this table
anyway.
that didn't fall that low.
Well, AJ Styles, I would have never discovered AJ Styles.
That is
so
true. That is
I'm
very
cool with
true.
that. And Samoa Joe. I say that to say, taking his career out of it, giving him his flowers for that, but taking his career out of it, him initially going down developmental in 2010 when he started to fall back from being a full-time performer, being a title holder and things like that. You can start to see the little imprints and start to see that age gap, that he is kind of the perfect age to run this generation. He knows what us Attitude Era kids who are now adults want.
Well, I will argue.
And he knows what also can transfer down to the kids. And that you don't have, he understands something that Vince never did, is you don't have to dumb it down for children. You don't have to dull it down for kids, because we were those Attitude Era kids. Does that make any sense? And I know, Corey, you being a bit older than us.
I completely agree.
but-
And I think that the reason why Triple H is absolutely perfect in the role that he's in currently is for the very simple fact that, like you said, one, he is an Attitude Era wrestler. And he's still very young to the point where he's not you know how we do the older dodge. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. And yeah, he would technically be at the age where he would be considered an old dog. But in wrestling and in developmental, he's still fairly young.
Yep.
You know, and he's still very ambitious and raw in the way that he wants to really impact the game. No pun intended.
No, this almost hasn't been on TV in weeks.
Who?
Thank God.
Who?
Who? Anyway, continue what you're saying.
Who?
But you know what was on TV? Veer.
First off, can y'all stop disrespecting my man Veer Mahan? If they just let Veer be Veer from social media, Veer would be a superstar.
I love Veer.
Veer from social media will be a superstar.
Yes.
Like his actual person. Like you ever seen him on Twitter or Instagram? He's
Veer's Twitter
Funny
game.
as Jack.
he is hilarious. He's smooth, he's suave, he has like charisma.
He's got drip.
Yes. Not to mention he has the build and the look. And WWE, or I don't know, maybe y'all correct me, any wrestling promotion, independent or otherwise, don't really push a lot of colored Middle Eastern wrestlers that far. Like Mustafa Ali, probably, I want to say, in my
Great Khali is the obvious example. I mean, India is an Asian.
but to me,
still.
Great Khali was like, he's like a tourist attraction at a carnival in the 30s. You know what I'm saying? Like
He was
wasn't
he's India's Big Show.
right. And Big Show, I'm sorry, that's even disrespectful to Big
I was
Show,
about
because
to
Big
say that's
Show
disrespectful to Big Show.
had a much better resume. Like he has a
John Cena is the only person to ever get a good match out of Great Khali. Because you think I didn't know that she was talking trash about my match earlier.
Wait, first off, can I just tell y'all, I do not dislike John Cena. I
Yes, you
just
do.
think
Yes,
that
you
they
do.
over pushed John Cena for way too long.
And they
Never
haven't pushed-
allowed him to become a
and they
heel,
haven't
and they
over-pushed
should
Roman
have.
Reigns?
Yes, but Roman was allowed to be him eventually. John never wanted to be anything other than what John Cena is. And to me, I'm sorry, it just seems a lot like, what do you call it, Chris, when you see people Chris, what do you call it? Because I'm sure you know exactly what I'm talking about.
You're not doing this to me.
I'm just saying if this was a movie,
Like,
if this was a movie and John Cena was playing that role and we were all sitting around the TV and we seen John Cena in the role that he plays in wrestling for the last 20 years, we would have not have been cool with that. But because John Cena was in wrestling and not in a movie, and because we were children and we like to, that's how John Cena really grew up, it was a lot more acceptable. But I'm sorry, it kind of looks like that's why I didn't love John Cena. Because for me, it wasn't that I didn't think that he was genuine. I just
you were
didn't.
old enough to feel the racial appropriation in the
Okay,
gimmick, and
so
we weren't.
you at least get that from why I don't
No, I can
overly
understand.
love
respect
John
that.
Cena.
I still love his album.
As
I
a-
don't care.
Oh,
You know what?
unapologetically.
You know what? I'm done.
I'm a bad
I'm
man.
done.
I'm gonna invade the streets. I'm gonna rap a cut skirt,
I
they
apologize,
dropping the
folks.
heat, flip fools down, standing
We are
alone.
spitting hot
We
bars.
flip fools like the
Yeah,
clamshell
like
saying the
the
phones.
phones.
It can't help but nod your head to the track. What? Yo, John Cena was hot, low key. Stop hating. That album was fire.
Please
right
call
now,
in.
yo, when I get the apartment, we had a housewarming. We banging the John Cena album.
Dog, if it all ended tomorrow, bro,
If it all
First
ends
off, can we-
tomorrow- what?
Can we invite 3MB to this?
3MB.
We're three man First of all, watch your mouth about Drew McIntyre,
Our truth got to be there too.
future WWE Universal World Heavyweight Champion. And you know what's sad is I ain't seen this man sweat in 2 years, right? About Roman. Part of him thinks that Vince.
No, I know Roman's going to
Vince-
lose it. I know Roman's going to
Vince
lose it. I
would-
just don't think he's going to lose it at Cardiff.
Vince wouldn't have pulled the trigger here.
I don't
Hunter
think he's
would.
losing at Cardiff, bro. All
right, hold on. Let
really
me.
think
Can I
that
make the
everything's
case?
in the
Can I
cards
make
for
the
Kevin
case?
Owens and
Can I make the
Killer
case?
Cross
Can I make the
to
case?
really step
Can I make
in.
the case?
Go ahead.
All right. The
My
case on why
apologies.
Drew's a believable winner.
Oh, he in that promo he hit last night
Yep,
made
I was
me
just about to
want
say
him
that.
to win the chip.
That's two. He's never gotten to have a proper world title reign win in front
Because
of
he was
people.
a COVID era champion.
Exactly. It
And
would
he is
be
over.
because of how crazy the British crowd will be in a stadium. It's gonna feel like a WrestleMania.
It's amazing that the British are going to be hype about his win and they don't even like Scots, but we'll let that go.
There's going to be plenty of Scott people there.
So I say all of that to say is, if you wanted to create a moment with shock, a moment with all to it, McIntyre somehow toppling Reigns in Cardiff. I'm just saying.
I just want you to
McIntyre,
explain how does that look?
Spear
'cause
misses.
Drew
Claymore.
can't win
Claymore.
clean.
Claymore.
There's no reality where Drew wins clean.
Why not?
There's no way he can win clean.
Roman beat him clean.
you're not understanding how the legacy works, though, and you
Roman,
should
that's-
of all people.
So we get to keep sacrificing
Because
Drew,
you
a person
know-
we made a main event star for
you're not.
Roman's-
You don't have to sacrifice Drew. There's many ways you can make Drew win the chip without making him look weak. I mean, shoot, the promo yesterday, right? The promo yesterday in which he was made to look extremely strong, even though he took an L. Like,
Oh, this
Let you
promo.
say your piece. And quite frankly, Drew McIntyre is going to have to respond. I'm sick of people making stuff up just to get a cheap reaction. Saying things like Drew McIntyre not carrying the load, not knowing who he is. I
Such
know
a beautiful
exactly who the hell I am. Someone recently called me the chosen one. I was the chosen one 15 years ago.
This promo
Then I
was so
got
amazing.
fired. Then I had to work my ass off, earn my way back to this company. I didn't call WWE. They called me, and I've worked my ass off every day since. I'm a two-time champion. I beat Brock Lesnar, Goldberg, Randy Orton, everyone that stood in my path.
Mention the name
Don't
he
you
did,
dare look me in the eye and pull that BS again.
that promo was amazing.
Now I think it's
I mean,
time
It's not the promo of the year. We know what the
for
promo of the year is.
Owens
What?
and McIntyre to
MJF.
stop talking.
Well, yeah, we're talking
I
about
don't
that's
care if
we're
you're-
talking
Also,
about
that's
cross
the top 10
promotions,
promo
but
of all time.
in WWE this year,
That might be the
Kevin Owens, it's the exchange. It's not even just the Drew McIntyre, because let's not forget that Kevin Owens,
KO is.
like, I think he's like, I think it's time for me to remind the world who KO is.
That I'm one of the best
I've
wrestlers on
been
the planet.
missing this part of KO. I think y'all want to see KO the prize fighter, like him leading that, him talking about his frustrations, leading Drew
It's been a
McIntyre.
long time since we've seen that.
Yes, and not only that, but we all are probably in agreement consensually that this Kevin Owens, the prize fighter Kevin Owens, was easily.
The best Kevin Owens. It
Easily.
was when he first came up. This is the thing. You talk the Cena stuff, right? And I get it. But the rub he gives guys works. That rub he gave KO was perfect.
First off, I love Cena in the ring. I never said I don't love Cena in the ring. It's the gimmick that I felt like Cena put on.
Well, then I will say this, right? Now, I don't know if this is a TVMA thing to PG, the original, but there was a point where he clearly was like, all right, let me drop certain elements of the shtick that clearly could be
Like
misinterpreted.
the
as a thing.
jerseys and
The raps in and of themselves.
the raps I could have got around with. For me,
Because he wasn't terrible.
For me, it was the appropriating the jorts below the boxers. It was the hanging your shorts off your behind. It was, the Cuban link chains, the dog collar chains. It was all the stuff that you listen. I've been to Boston. I've been to Boston multiple times. Yes, there are the Mark Wahlbergs of the world up there. There are the John Cena's of the world up there. But as a black man, that's not normal, and that's not ever going to be normalized in our environment, because to us that always looks like you're trying to play a role. You're trying to fit a square in a circle hole. You just don't fit. This is not your lane, but here you are. For me, John Cena being that, and that was him trying to fit where he didn't belong.
Yeah.
Now towards the end, yeah, I love John Cena, but I've always loved him in the ring. In the ring, he's always been.
I would say John Cena's career is
A worker.
split up into two halves. It's the first 10 years,
yes,
and then it's the second 6 years.
yes.
So from like 2012, 2011, once he got involved in the Punk feud the first time, from 2011 to about 2017, John Cena was the best wrestler on the planet. And I'm not trying to be funny. That's not hyperbolic. That's not BS. There are matches to prove it. There is storylines to prove it. There is title reigns to prove. From 2011 to 2017, he's the best wrestler on the planet. You can go look at the
2011
stats.
to 2017. Ooh, that's tough, bro.
He's one of the only.
That's
He's the
tough.
only person to get a 5-star match in WWE. You got to thank the AJ
I really
rivalry.
don't care
You got
nothing
to
about
thank Sammy,
Stars.
Sammy,
I'll be honest with that.
KO,
See,
smash with Cesaro, Rusev, Bray Wyatt.
People don't talk about it. No Cena, no Summer of Punk.
That's true.
No second summer.
That's
Punk,
very
'cause
true.
The original Summer Punk is the 05 summer when he leaves to go to WWE. But there's no second Summer Punk. And let's be real.
By the way.
But CM Punk, I would say, and it kind of goes better swing it back because we got a tangent with him, the Triple H thing. I think the old dog new tricks is I think Triple H learned from CM Punk. He learned from that. And when I say, hear me out.
No, I'm listening.
he learned from that incident. I don't think he directly, still don't think he likes him or even values his opinion on wrestling. But I think one thing that he always understood was that Punk was money. I think more than a lot of people really
That's true.
give credit for or understand is Vince was like, hey, this guy's a problem. Triple H has always been, even as a golden shovel guy, been like no, that guy can stay. I'm just going to be on top. But I also think, especially him transitioning into business, I think when he went into the PC, he was like, no matter if I don't like this kid, no matter how I feel, I'll never let another CM Punk walk out. I'll never let a dollar sign walk out. I'll never let my person. And to me, to the best of my knowledge, people could say, oh,
so you
Triple
think
H
if
don't-
somebody else drop a pipe bomb like that, Triple H ain't gonna let you
But
walk
think
out?
about the pipe bomb. The pipe bomb, I don't know if you know, one of the writers was doing an interview recently, was like, most of the pipe bomb was approved stuff. He only went off script a little bit.
Well, yeah, I mean, I would
Like,
argue it's
off
the same thing
script,
about
but-
MJF.
Yeah, that was, come on, that was
Like,
all Tony Khan.
Everybody's like, oh, well, maybe that what really was off the cuff. And it's like, even if it was off the cuff,
They'd have cut the mic halfway through it.
he definitely gave them the topics. He definitely told you, I'm gonna hit you here, I'm gonna hit you here, I'm
I'ma
gonna
talk
hit you
about this,
here.
I'm talking about the
Now,
marks.
granted, they probably gave him a little bit of leeway, like they did CM Punk.
Especially having a TV.
Like
rating.
any phenomenal on mic personality goes off cuff.
Miz.
I mean,
Miz
Roman,
does it all the time.
your daddy's not here. That was an off the cuff comment.
That was
like
great, by the way.
that was a fun.
So good.
Like even Paul was just like, did not see that one coming. But every great orator, Miz, off the cuff, Edge, off the cuff. So yeah,
When you
even with
get that, when you get
MJF,
that
but
seniority.
going to MJF, do you think he's going to join WWE way more sooner than the 2024 of his contract being up? Because I do believe that the Warner Brothers drama is real. He has not been seen at AEW
At all.
They literally have
He's off the
removed
grid.
him. They've removed him from talking points. They've asked Tony Khan multiple times. He won't even mention his name.
I think
And I hear it's not an
he's-
AEW thing. I hear it's a Warner Brothers
TNT's
thing.
peeved off.
Right.
They did not like that. Whatever that was, they weren't feeling it. And maybe whatever he's been saying to them
Well,
in general.
A lot of what he said was true. Like he mentioned this 9 months ago when I don't know if you've seen the interview where he obviously talks about how much he loves why everybody believes he's coming to WWE because he loves who's his friend that just came WWE. Cody. In that same interview, he talks about his grievances and his frustration. So I believe that, while that might have been scripted to a certain extent, like reality TV, it's all scripted. Like everybody believes reality TV is not scripted. All reality TV is scripted. It's just how much is it scripted. That was
Or
scripted.
like how much we're let on.
Right. He probably took it a step too far, but it was scripted and they knew he was coming. Now, listen, that was so genuine.
It was great.
You can't, like Chris, even you could say like it was like being a kid at Christmas Day feeling like Santa was coming down the chimney. You really felt that. Like you was like, this is real. This is real. Like this.
And the thing about MJF is that he's one of those few guys in that company that they really can't afford to lose.
They really cannot afford to lose him, but they will lose him.
Because when you look at all the other young talent, like, yeah, they can go. Everybody has work rate nowadays. Like it's being able to go in the ring is kind of like the last thing on everybody's mind right now because everybody
Can go in that company.
everybody can go in that company.
I will argue.
But MJF is one of those few people,
Can tell
not
a
just in
story.
AEW, but just in wrestling in general, has ring psychology, has the ability to talk you into a building, has the ability to carry a feud without having to be in matches.
He doesn't have to touch you physically to make you want
At
to see
all.
the
No,
match.
listen, and look, the perfect example of that,
Him and Punk.
Warlow.
I
Oh
was
yeah.
about to say that a bit in the war.
Look at all the work he did for Warlow, and look what Warlow's doing now. Yeah, he's TNT champion, but
It's because
Warlow
of
is
MJF.
stagnant.
because of him.
Warlow is stagnant. His
Because
character
there's
is
not.
stagnant.
He needs MJ. He needs honestly, MJF taking the TNT title off Warlow is probably the best thing if you're not going to do Punk MJF right now.
And the thing is now,
Well,
it's
you're gonna do Punk
You're
Moxley
not
all
going
out.
to do MJF anything.
it's,
He's
Oh
not
crap!
co-
Yeah.
He's not coming back.
So
and look at it right
do
now.
you-
And look
do
at
you have
AEW
him
right
debut
now.
in the Rumble.
Look at AEW right
No.
now. Who
Wrestling.
is their heels? Their top heel right now is literally Chris Jericho.
Well, that's why we know Kenny's
That's
coming
hilarious.
back. We know Kenny's coming
And he
back.
has to be a heel. 'cause
He has
there's
to be a
space
heel.
for him
No,
to be
but
a face.
Kenny's gonna come back and help.
But that's
the
why
Bucks.
you have what you call it as a heel, and you can really push him if
Oh
you.
yeah,
if
he is
you-
going to come back and help the Bucks, and the Bucks are face now. So
Bucks
Kenny's
don't
gonna be
have
face.
to be face.
Yeah,
Well,
but
You
but
could
what's
double,
but if
you
the
could double
Cole-
turn.
But if Cole and them already
Are-
turned on them, they're
Yeah.
already heels in this de facto situation. That was the whole thing of the undisputed
True,
Red Dragon or
but-
whatever.
it's like it's Christian.
Don't we argue
It's
about
Chris
Seth, though?
Jericho, the undisputed elite, Christian. It's like, who are your top heels?
I'm
Right.
trying to think.
I
who's
would
the
say
top
you got
heel? Who's top singles
he has potential to be a great heel.
Who?
Powerhouse. Hobbs?
Yes, but I
He's
don't
not there
believe.
yet
I
on the
don't.
mic.
But I
I don't
don't.
believe
I
him
don't
on the
believe
mic
in
yet.
their creative team enough.
I don't believe on him in the mic yet.
Well, I don't think you need to sell
And
him
to-
on a mic. So So I wanted to say.
And you
this,
turn
Chris.
Ricky Stark's face. So
Right, and I wanted to say this because Chris said that they can't afford to lose MJF. I think there's two names in AEW you can't afford to lose.
Kenny and them.
Nope, you can lose Kenny.
Jade Cargill.
Nope, you can lose Jade. It's a
Really?
name no one's thinking about. I really think that he is going to be the next big thing. And I think y'all already know. Y'all just not constantly thinking about it. I think the two names you can't lose in AEW is MJF and Hook.
That's true. You can't Hook.
You cannot
Hook
lose
is
Hook.
AEW.
Hook. If you lose Hook, you lose literally the best young card you have. to
Well, they
develop
already
into
screwed
the
up
next-
Hangman Page.
That's my point.
They screwed that up.
And that's my
Really.
point. And you're about to screw up MJF. So MJF is only 24 years old. Hook is
24,
barely 20,
21.
21.
and the kid has the in-mat training. He
Oh,
has the mystique because he don't talk. He don't
His
need
dad
to
is
talk.
Taz. His dad already told him what to do.
Like he is, you can't lose him. Like it's like the equivalent of, and I know y'all are gonna look at me crazy. It is the equivalent of WWE losing a Seth or a Roman, not for the same effect of what he is doing for them money wise, but for what he technically means to their
Represents.
foundation. Because if you lose a Roman or a Seth, like I don't care how much y'all love Drew McIntyre, you're really breaking the WWE back in half.
Honestly, I wouldn't even say that. That's like the equivalent of if Braun Breaker decides to like, yeah, you know what? I'm leaving WWE.
Do you think it's that? I don't think. Do you
Because
think
think
Braun
about
is
Hook.
as big as if Braun left, it would be as big as Hook leaving AEW?
Because Braun's next up.
Yeah, but I think
Mellow is. I would
think-
say more mellow.
right, and I think WWE you can afford to lose.
By the
that.
way,
AEW you can't afford to
Mello
lose
versus
anybody.
Eichner at Heatwave. Oh my God. Just saw
Mello
the
That's probably gonna
versus
start the
anybody
show
though.
off.
Huh?
That's probably gonna start the show.
Oh yeah.
So I'm rushing home to watch that.
Yes, sir. Tuesday. Well, no, Saturday.
No, tonight. He waits tonight.
Well, I know what we doing after the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls all around the world,
Heatwave is tonight. Oh,
we just
out
want to
here.
let you
Soon
know
as it-
that if
we're
you're not doing
close.
anything tonight, please
Early
tune
close.
in to AEW Heatwave.
Please
NXT
do.
Heatwave.
NXT. So are we going to Elimination Chamber? Because
Wait, what? Wait, Elimination Chamber.
The reason
We
I'm
just
saying
added
that
The
is-
Extreme Rules.
Extreme Rules, I'm tripping. The reason I'm thinking about it is Cali might be hard. I know we having this discussion. on
Cali
air,
is
but-
not hard. You know what somebody told me the other day, and I know it's going to sound extremely simple, and y'all going to think like it's not simple. I had a guy tell me the other day, if you save $35 for 6 months, you'll have 10 grand. So I know the reason why I say that is Hollywood is not till what, next April?
Yep, April 20.
We're not spending 10 grand to go to WrestleMania. It's going to cost like what, $2 grand?
Yeah.
Like, I get it. $2 grand is a lot of money to
Sound
do
crazy, but when you
anything.
think
But when you
about
think about how much time we got to go to WrestleMania,
That's true.
it's not that much.
6
And
months.
like, yeah, we don't need to buy the tickets now. Like, people really get scared when they go, oh, sold out, sold out, sold out.
There's going to be tickets.
There's
available.
always tickets being sold. People can't make it. Tickets
Getting
are being
the room and
resold.
getting the flight is more
That's
important
easy
thing.
too, because you don't have to stay in LAX. Like, you don't have to stay in Los Angeles. Like,
No, for me, I already know I probably can't go because around that time I'm
Chris,
probably
you need to go.
no, because I already know I'm probably going to be at the Senior Bowl in Mobile, Alabama. So that's more than likely where my money's going to be.
Air high five, my brother. Air high five on that.
Probably
I'm not even mad at you for that. That's you spoke to my inner nerd right there. Air high five. I already told Jamal, and I don't know if you're down.
And I already know that I already know Mania is coming to Philly.
Right.
in 2024.
You're, as long as you make the Philly John, you're good.
Oh yeah, that's all my money going.
So
to.
you
I'm taking that whole week off.
See,
I'm going. to
That's
Wallace.
crazy.
I'm with you.
You know,
but the
when
only
people
thing
make
is
a
I
whole
can't
life
miss
goal
Roman
and
Rock.
want to like do stuff with their friends, and then all their friends renege on the life goal.
Yeah,
I
like
love
you.
stuff like that.
Like you.
It's my favorite type of stuff. What did I renege on?
Because you at first did the same thing about Hollywood. Don't do that.
Huh?
Because you called me, was like, Corey, I see what they saying. They're like, I mean, if you go next year, but you know WrestleMania is coming in 2024. So if you know, and you was like leaning to be the exact same person, and I was like, listen, Molly,
Listen,
can you it's SoFi. It's SoFi in Los Angeles.
Yes.
The roof is going to be open,
Yep.
and it's Rock Roman. Like, I get it. It's WrestleMania in Philly. We're going to have a phenomenal time. I'm going with y'all.
I'm watching MJF's Mania
But
debut.
I don't want to see Rock and Roman in my couch. I grew up with Rock next to Undertaker being my favorite wrestler of all time. My current favorite wrestler of all time is Roman Reigns. There is no world where my two generations meet in a ring and
I'm
I
not
miss
gonna
it.
be in this.
And it's not like this is Ric Flair at 75 wrestling my favorite wrestler. This is The Rock, who's still the biggest box office actor in the world, still doing manually labor intensive roles himself without stuntmen. Yes, I want to see
At
him
almost
and his
50.
cousin
Tear down now.
You know what?
for the bloodline
You know what?
in WrestleMania.
That makes perfect sense. Because I remember back in 2016, SummerSlam, John Cena, AJ Styles. I'm like, I'm not sure I'll be able to go. This man, the Stone, made sure I was able to get there. And for that,
And that's probably one of your most fondest memories of all time.
Like, I don't even care at that point Cena lost. And I was salty that entire
Like,
weekend.
I'm gonna be honest. I am so.
And I was smiling.
I will be so upset. Like, I get it. Like, 2024 Philly. I mean, honestly, I get it if it's just the financial ramifications. If people are just like, let's be real. I want to move. I got goals. I got this. I got that. I'd rather just go to WrestleMania 2 years extra instead of flexing for 2 WrestleManias in a row. Yeah. Is that a flex to be able to say I did that? Yes. But in reality, I'd rather probably just do Philly. But for me, it's just a simple fact. Like,
Yeah, no, I get it. I just know that since Mania, when I got that announcement that Mania was coming to Philly, I'm like, you know what?
it just made it easy for you.
I'm just like, I'm sorry. Between now next year, it's gonna be my 30th. I want to go all out for that.
Why y'all so young?
I got the Senior Bowl in February. I'm sorry. Like, since Mania is gonna
You
be
kind of
in the
make me
crib,
want to go to the Senior Bowl with you. I'm like, dang, WrestleMania Senior Bowl. Like,
I'm-
my inner nurse screams.
I'm actually gonna try to get credentials like on behalf of the show.
That's absolutely dope. Like, that's absolutely really dope.
I'm actually,
Forget WrestleMania then. What do you?
Wow.
You could have said
Way
this
to raise the octaves. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, whose ears just got blown out.
because you could have said this. I would have stopped arguing. This would have not been an
Oh,
argument.
so you mean you would have reneged on me? So that's yeah, walk away. Ladies and gentlemen, the man who just talked about people reneging just admitted on the air that I will renege on my friend right now.
ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the Running Back Sports Show, Sports for the Culture, on 98.5 WJYN.
At the top of the hour.
At the top of the hour. You want to call to join the discussion. That number is 215-763-9596. The Phillies game began just about 20 minutes ago. Kyle Gibson on the mound trying to get the
Yes.
Phillies their
Yes.
1,000th win of their career.
Whoa, 10,000.
10,000.
Yes. Shout out to Kyle Gibson, who's been a very underrated pickup this year.
So
I mean, we picked him up last year.
I gotta
Okay, but
ask you
he's
guys
been very
opinions since we're
underrated.
talking
You're
about
cool.
things that we're trying to do. So if WrestleMania
married?
is, let's not talk about that on air. So WrestleMania seems like it's not something it's teetering on the edge of happening, right?
Yes.
I'm already going to Arlington on Christmas Eve for Cowboys Eagles.
Why do you say I? I'm going to be there as well. It's
Are
going.
we flying back to do the 2-step in the garden?
What did I tell you? What did I?
Because are we doing
Chris,
the 2-step
so let
in
me
the
explain
garden?
it. Let me explain to you what I told Jamal. See, so my cousin is a diehard Cowboys fan.
Mhm.
When I found out, that he
I'm
was,
so sorry for you.
are you going to Arlington as well, right?
No.
Okay. When I found out he was going to Dallas for the Eagles Cowboys,
Don't give me that look.
I was
Don't
like,
you?
I
love you
said,
so
oh, I
much,
have to
Chris.
go, like, because my
You're
cousin's
my
a,
best friend.
my cousin's a diehard Cowboys
My
fan.
brother.
I've never been to an Eagles game in Dallas. I would love to be that fan. So I said, I'm going. So we talked about it. Then the NBA announces their games. They announced the rumor. Now, of course, I really don't care about the Knicks. The Knicks won't be good, or they won't be good enough for me to really care. But it's the fact that it is Sixers Christmas Day, Madison Square Garden. That is like Miracle on 34th Street for me. I need to see James Harden and Joel Embiid show out on Christmas Day. So
Against the
best
Whack Knicks.
believe, ladies and gentlemen, I will be in Dallas, Texas for that Sunday night game.
And then, when
And
we
then
get about
I'm
11
flying
o'clock flight,
on the
12 o'clock
red
flight.
eye or the or the 5 o'clock flight, and I guarantee you I will be in the stands in New York in Madison Square Garden by the 12 o'clock because you know it's going to be an early game. You know that I'm not going to give us a
Bring
late
back-
game.
If they give us,
It's
if
gonna
they
be a
give us
2
the
o'clock
3:30
game or
game,
something like
if
that.
they give us the 3:30 game, we can make it.
As long as it's not the 12 game, we're going to make it.
Yeah, if it's the
If it's the 12
we're
game,
kinda
then that
screwed.
means we're going to have to fly out at
I
the
think they
5
have a
o'clock.
Boston game that day too, so maybe that might.
Oh, I'm going to that game too. Oh, I'm
No.
going to the home opener.
No,
the
Celtics are
season
playing on
opener.
Christmas also.
Okay.
So
I thought
that-
you meant the season opener, Philly Boston.
Well, we going to that. That's the gift.
If that
right?
is it in Boston, I'm still
In
going.
Boston,
Oh,
yeah.
it's in Boston.
We're
I forgot.
catching the train.
Well,
now.
the home opener is the Bucks.
Yes.
We're going to that. Then,
Well,
right?
I'm catching the train back. I'm doing
I
a
know,
lot of
Chris.
double
I asked
dipping.
you, we're going to the Sixers home opener.
We're double
We have
dipping all
not been
day.
to a home opener in years.
If you would like to go to any of these games with us, we are accepting donations.
Should we start a GoFundMe?
You can, by all
we could.
means,
Everybody
are-
start listen.
you are
People start
listening to
GoFundMe for
two
more
single
ridiculous.
fathers and a single father by proxy. Feel free
Fair.
to donate money to our
I'm a
struggling
cool uncle.
lives. It is very hard out here for a single father when he's just trying to get money for the rent.
Facts. Facts.
I mean, I am going to the Eagles Vikings home opener, and
Lucky
that's a gift from a friend, and I'm forever blessed for that. So I think that
I'm
in
gonna
that same
tailgate.
retrospect, we should. I know that there's somebody out there who wants to do something so sweet and kind this Christmas season as to buy us tickets to go see our favorite players play the game that they love. Feel free to call in with your cash app.
So we going to the Garden, Chris?
We are going to the Garden, Chris.
That's December. I don't want to hear no excuses. And that's way less.
You know
money
what,
than
Chris?
WrestleMania.
I got you.
Way
bro.
less money.
You
than-
pay, you,
Actually, it might
you
be
pay
about the
you
same
pay for
money.
your ticket. I got you for the lodging. You pay for your ticket. I'll take care of your accommodations.
Okay.
You paying for your accommodations.
I don't care. That's fine with me. Listen, I'm about to do that Texas two-step with me right off the
We
plant.
gonna be in
Oh, if we
it.
crash, I'm gonna be in the airport talking crazy. Y'all got cooked.
Oh, bro, I'm gonna
I'll
let
be
you know
tough. I
now.
might get arrested.
I'm glad that in Texas is a different a different law
I can't wait to
because
get
I'm
some
be talking
barbecue.
reckless when I get out there. So I'm gonna make sure I'm prepared.
Oh,
I'm gonna
we
be
not-
reckless.
we-
We
we-
definitely going to Del
we gonna
Taco.
talk crazy.
I'm going to Del Taco, and I'm going. What? I'm getting my breakfast tacos right after we destroy Dallas. And you know what? Let's just say it right now.
Well, you know
the
it's gonna
Eagles
be-
are winning
You know they're gonna try to screw
14
us.
games this
You
year.
know they're gonna make it a. You know they're gonna make it a Sunday night game, right? You
It
know they're
needs to
gonna
be a
flex
Sunday night game.
It's the Cowboys Eagles.
I
know.
need it to be a Sunday. I need a primetime game.
So that means you go to the game 8 to let's say 11.
We're just going to catch the 5 o'clock flight, the first flight in the morning.
So how long is the flight from Dallas to
3 hours,
3 hours.
4 hours to
Depending,
New York.
Depending
4
on the
hours.
overlay.
Okay, so 3 or 4 hours. Got you.
And LaGuardia to Madison Square Garden is traffic. It's going to be about 2 hours. But the reality is, we could probably.
Are we staying in New York that night? Or are we just going?
It'd probably be easier for us to fly into Newark.
no, I'm
and
saying,
then
are we
train
staying
up.
in New York that night?
Yes, bro.
Night
This
after
is
the
about to
game.
be. This is about when let's explain something, ladies and gentlemen, because I think Jamal just
Like
thinks that this is
logistics-wise,
going
you have to say.
right. I think Jamal just thinks that we're gonna fly to Dallas on a Saturday, stay over, get tailgate for the Sunday game, stay up, fly into New York, see the game, and come home. Let me tell you exactly how this is going to go.
I love this.
We're going to fly into Dallas Saturday morning at the latest.
Okay,
At the latest. We're going to pregame from Saturday morning to Sunday night.
that's what I like.
Sunday night, the game starts. We're going to have great tickets. We're going to enjoy this game. After that game, we're going to turn up. We're going to go from turning up to the airport. We're going to sleep at the airport and on the flight. When we get to New York,
We
we're
start
going straight to
pre-gaming
the
again.
game. Once that game's over, because like I said, it's probably going to be an early game. Unless if it's a late game, that's going to be great for us. It's probably going to be an early game. If it's an early game, once the game's over, we're going to catnap. We're going to wake up. We're going to tear the town up, and we're going to stay over on because it's still Christmas.
I love that. And guess what? As two responsible fathers who don't believe in the commercial and consumerism of
I don't
Christmas,
believe in Christmas. I'm just gonna be honest.
just to let y'all know, I'm gonna just keep it a buck with y'all for all y'all that might have an opinion like, oh, y'all gonna be out there for Christmas. We take care of our children all year round, so it doesn't
Certainly
take
do.
one day of false gifts that are overpriced and overcharged for me to make me feel bad about my parents and baby
Toys
girl.
R Us.
Yes, and let it be known, like my kids go to school in my house 5 days a week. My kids go with their mother on the holidays. That is something I feel like that not only do she deserve as a mother, but I think for my kids, you know, they should be around a parent who actually cares about the holidays that are up. I don't believe, like Jamal said, in consumer holidays. I don't care about your overpriced toys. I don't care about your overpriced turkey at Thanksgiving. I don't care about none of that. I don't celebrate Thanksgiving. I don't celebrate Christmas. I don't even celebrate New Year's.
Now, I'm going to keep it a buck. I'm a hypocrite about Thanksgiving, but I love food.
No, I love food, but I don't like Thanksgiving.
Oh, no, like I don't be like, oh.
But I can
be
eat
hype
that
about
good
things.
anytime. Let me be honest with you. I don't like Thanksgiving. You know what my favorite day is around that time? Friendsgiving.
Oh, I was
When
gonna say
when
the
it's just the
Friday after when you
homies
just
and all
slide
the
in.
homies potluck.
Oh.
You know,
I was
we
gonna say
do.
Black Friday.
I like Cyber Monday better.
I'm gonna get a PS5.
Cyber Mondays are better than Black Friday, but we'll talk about it in the next show.
Oh no, I just love Thanksgiving because I already know. I come over there like at noon.
You're gonna get the itis. You gonna eat
That
good.
Big Mac and cheese going to smack.
Oh no, like we got every year. My mom makes rum ham.
Oh, you know,
What?
you make the
Makes
rum
what?
ham. You started that
the,
tradition.
the what?
The
Rum
rum
ham.
ham.
I don't even like ham, but I want to try it.
Yeah, you ever
I
seen
love pork, but I
It's
don't like
Always
ham.
Sunny.
You watch Always Sunny?
No, never seen it.
Okay. There's this episode called The Gang Goes to the Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
Okay.
Danny DeVito comes to the beach with a ham. He's like, where are the drinks? He's like, this is a ham soaked in rum. It is literally loaded with booze. So I'm just like, hey mom, for Thanksgiving, can we try a rum ham? She's like, how the heck do you do that? We literally get a ham. We coat it with rum. We let it soak and heat it up in the microwave. Not in the microwave, like in the oven, like 350 degrees.
I was like, microwave. That sounds crazy.
Woo, this brother, that's that project living.
Yeah.
Heating up,
Yo!
cooking a whole ham in a microwave,
Yo,
bro.
I was like,
Yeah, but
Right?
yeah, but
Shout out to the EBT life.
Yeah, but
Listen, man.
hey, listen, I
For
don't
the
get why
culture.
people hate E EBT.
EBT.
First
was
off,
busting. You ever had
anybody,
a-
only people that hate EBT are the people that can't get EBT like me.
Facts.
See, if because, and we're gonna be honest, if
Man, that
I
was real.
file,
That was the realest thing I
listen,
ever said.
people ask me all the time why I'm not on food stamps, so I ain't got Section 8.
Wow.
If I could get
You
food
about to
stamps and
flex that
Section 8,
EBT.
yeah, flex that, bruh.
EBT
We
never
out here
decline.
acting.
It never
listen,
declined.
as a black culture.
And
Too
I-
many years that we've been oppressed, things held down from us, things taken from us, things kept from us. We pay our taxes just to be ostracized, looked down, mistreated, misused, discarded. So yes, I have no problems at all with any person who is already struggling in life, whether they're a single parent, a no parent, and they just got bills or debt, and you can get food stamps in Section 8 and you can find a way to progress in life that way. So you can make money, save money, so you don't have to be on that for the rest of your
Do you
life.
need that
By
receipt?
all
Do
means.
you need that receipt? Yeah,
What?
I need to see how much my balance is.
And
left.
people be so hyped talk about acting like somebody got all this food in their refrigerator. Where do you think all that food coming from? Because food ain't cheap. I got 2 kids and I buy groceries every week.
Bro,
Food
fuck-
ain't cheap. All that food you got in your fridge ain't come from the money they making in their bank account. That's from the food stamps they got in their card that they don't let you know about.
I take those 2 bags I got from Fresh Grocer. I
Say
go
it
down
again.
there,
Say it again.
get my $80 worth
What?
of food.
Where you think all them crab legs come from in the summertime? They not coming from
EBT.
your cash.
Food
You
stuff,
can't
no,
afford
never.
$27.99 a pound for snow crab legs. You can't afford it because you don't make it an hour.
I'm like, ooh, box of chicken. How much? $8?
You shop so horribly. Shopping with Chris
Don't
is-
judge how he shop. That
I'm-
is disrespectful. You don't judge a man's dietary habits.
I just want better for my brother. That's all.
You just
Then
His
throw,
bowels.
then throw a kale juice in there somewhere. But
That's him, kale juice. Never. It ain't happening.
first off, how you know you make it delicious enough? Put a little apple in there, a little spinach.
First of
throw a
all, I
little
used to work
honey.
at a smoothie shop, so I do used to drink
Say it
juices.
again. Air high five. He stay hating on us.
You just sound like somebody who don't got no EBT.
Right. You just
I
judge.
don't got no EBT,
You
and I
be
ain't judging
good
about
though
it.
for
First
somebody ain't got no EBT.
because guess what? I chose a career where I'm always around food. So EBT that.
Woo!
All
Ladies
right.
and gentlemen, if you want a
All
good man in your life, get you a Virgo who's also a chef. They'll never let you go
that
hungry,
sounds like
and
some
he's a
hate.
simp.
ladies and gentlemen,
I
I
just
don't
sound
know how to tell you this, but it ain't gonna be too much longer of getting Jamal to do anything.
Oh, say it again. Say it for the world to hear you.
It ain't.
Say it
Gonna
with
be
your
too
chest.
much longer.
Say it with your chest.
I'm
Say it
about
with
to
your
sign a
chest.
max contract.
A max contract to what? See, me and Chris, we don't understand what is not being said, and our audience
So,
doesn't know what you're
max
talking
contract, like what we talking? We talking that
We talking like
we talking about Dame Lillard, or we talking?
Oh, is
about-
this a Dame Lillard situation, or is this like a James Harden
it's
situation?
kind of a Dame Lillard. Like
Oh,
I'm
you
locked
securing
in.
the bag.
I'm Rip City. I'm locked in.
I see you. Oh, we got a phone call. Is that Warren? Warren, please tell me it's you. Oh, ain't nobody love me.
So yeah, yes,
better
yes.
than
I'm about.
you.
I'm gonna take my time, but I'm ready to sign this max.
First
contract.
off,
I'm
ladies
not
and
gonna lie.
gentlemen, he ain't taking his time to do nothing. The only why he's saying he's taking his time is because the person who's waiting for the max contract to be signed is making sure that they take time on the negotiations. But understand one thing. If they threw that 4-year, 200 mil
56
fit-
million.
with the 132 guaranteed with
you damn
the team option, he's signing it before the
The ink drop.
run dry.
Yeah.
He's not like me, where I'm more of like the
1 year, one.
Yeah,
one plus
I'm
one contract
definitely
with the
in
player
that.
option.
Oh, so-
I'm like LeBron right now. Like
Oh, you
I don't
Kawhi?
trust. I don't trust.
Kawhi
And
Leonard.
yeah, you can't trust.
I'm
No,
on my
because
Dame.
because
I'm on my Dame vibes.
you're on your Dame vibe. Yeah,
I'm
you
on my
loyal
Dame
to a
vibes.
T.
I'm
You
on my
loyal to a
Dame
T.
vibes.
I'm more like James Harden in the last 2 years. I'm just trying to find where my fit really fit, and my fit ain't fitting.
Your fit look like maybe you are
Let's talk-
James Harden
like-
because
Ooh!
maybe your fit is maybe you
you
didn't
trying to
finally
call me
found-
out right now.
maybe you didn't finally found that fit. You didn't find your Joel
why
Embiid.
you get all sensual?
Listen, look, real talk.
Why you get all
I'm-
drop on that?
I'm trying to get that.
Embiid.
I'm trying to get that Tobias Harris contract.
That's you trying to get
You trying
that
to be a
money for
pillar of
doing
the
nothing?
community, huh?
He trying to get the money for doing nothing. That's
See,
my
no,
boy,
we
Chris.
don't want that type of max
Yeah,
contract.
No,
shout
listen,
out to the
people get
City Boys
criticized
up.
and then you lose
City
your max
Boys
contract.
up.
No, I want someone to overvalue me.
You City Boys
oh,
up.
Oh, that was deep. Did you hear that? Run that back. What
Want
you
to
say, Chris?
overvalue.
Yeah,
Women
I want
don't
somebody to-
overvalue men.
Tobias
Women
Harris
don't.
got overvalued. He trying to get a special type of
Yeah,
contract.
but his woman ain't overvalue him. She valued him perfectly. He making $38 million a year.
Yeah.
she know he ain't Kobe, but you ain't got to be Kobe when you bring $38 million in my house.
Yes.
a fact.
I'm making 38 mil. I should be making less.
First off,
I'm-
this is why I always
Should I
laugh.
be making half? Yes, and half of that, yes. But you paying me more than, but you made me twice. So what's
See,
up?
I can understand why,
I am Tobias Harris at my job. I'm gonna be honest with you.
First
I
off,
should not
Tobias
be making
Harris,
what
bro,
I'm
I'm
making.
not even Shake Milton. I'm not even Furkan Korkmaz.
Yo, he said I got a two-way. I got the Jaden Springer deal.
I ain't even Jayden Springer. I'm
you the Trevor
I'm Charlie
Queen.
Brown Jr.
Traveling Queen.
They only get on the court to play defense. They don't even let me play offense. You only let me on the court to play defense.
Yo, real talk. I'm the Paul Reed of my job.
Zach, you out there, you just a hustler.
Yes.
You just grabbing
I'm
boards.
still on probation. So
Giving
yeah.
it. He the best wingman. He grabbing boards and passing it off.
Yes.
One of the greatest wingmen of all time.
I'm on my victory tour right now.
Oh, see, yeah. I'm gonna let you know now. If this is the dating game, right now I am James Harden. I'm definitely
I told you.
I'm available. I'm available to the highest bidder that's going to love me for what I need to
It's
be
like-
loved for. I'm at the point in my career where I know what I want and I don't care about the money no more. In other words, I don't care about what you giving me. I don't care about what you think you are to me. I care about when I walk up in that building, I feel like it's home. Everything that screams to me when I walk in, that tells me my soul is warm. James found that in Philly. I ain't find that yet. Right now I'm in Brooklyn.
You know what?
I'm mad. I'm in Brooklyn. I'm trying to get out of Brooklyn.
For me, this is the first time. This is actually perfect. I'm in my prime. I'm a free agent, truly, for the first time. And I've had a chance to go, visit some teams. And there's one team I really want to sign to. And I'm just waiting to see the numbers come
Oh,
out.
so KD to the Warriors.
Honestly,
Wait, say this again.
he said, Kate, words. You're not wrong. Can you imagine being
You
a
just call
superstar?
yourself a goon?
No. Can you imagine being on a team, right? Constantly with a teammate who screws you over at every turn. And then every time you carrying this person to the playoffs, carrying this person to championships, and every time you get there, they find a way to screw it up. And then you get a glimpse of what true basketball greatness looks like. To give the analogy of what true love looks
Ooh,
like.
I found that last year. Shout out to you last year. I hope you are doing well.
You find out what that looks like, and then they want to invite you in. But then imagine if, let's say, you
Speak
spurned
on
them to go back to OKC.
Oh,
And then let's say you had a first round exit and you had a player option and you like,
boy,
you know what?
ain't get a first round exit. You got swept.
Swept in the first. I got swept. I went back to OKC. and
You got
in the
swept out the
first round.
play-in.
I got swept. No, I got blown out by 35 in the play-in.
Oh, damn, you the mellow ball.
Yo,
Mellow ball.
so then the Warriors come back around, but they like, listen, you gonna have to sign a prove it deal.
prove it.
So instead of getting my max contract, I'm probably gonna get like a 1 year, $35 million.
No, you lying. You ain't even getting 35 mil. Ladies and gentlemen, let's make this real. 35 mil means he's getting all the benefits in the world. You right now are signing a 1 year veteran minimum contract. You are
Sean Livingston.
You are
Sean.
no.
Yo, you call me LaMarcus Aldridge. Time out.
Yeah.
I will not stand for
Andre
disrespect.
Iguodala.
Yo,
No,
Andre
you are
Iguodala.
Isaiah Thomas right now.
Andre Iguodala.
the disrespect.
No, you.
You are Allen Iverson when you came back to the Sixers.
Supposed to be my man.
DeMarcus Cousins.
You're supposed to be my man.
DeMarcus
No,
Cousins
no.
in
You're supposed to be
Denver.
my-
Yes, you are on a
DeMarcus
prove it deal.
Cousins.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not understanding right now, we are talking about the quality versus the quantity when
Of
it
our
comes
love
to the
lives.
dating game.
Yeah.
And right now Jamal is at the point where he's about to sign a max contract. He found a team that finally understands his talents, i.e. Houston and James Harden. Daryl Morey scooped him up and said, I know
She's
what
not
your
Daryl
potential
Morey.
is.
Oh my God.
I know what your potential is. And now I'm about to offer you a 4-year, $133 million contract in 2012. Meanwhile, I am more of I'm a mercenary for hire right now.
You are Deion Sanders to give a cross-sport reference. I don't have little faith in you.
I'm Terrell Owens in the latter years of his prime. I'm switching from Dallas, Cincinnati, Philadelphia, Buffalo. Like, let's be honest. Like I said, I know what I want now. That's one thing I appreciate about James Harden, much as you don't maybe not appreciate about Antonio Brown because he's a little bit tucked off. But I can appreciate about the simple fact that once you know what you want, who cares if people think you're a mercenary, quote unquote? Who cares if people think that you have commitment issues? It's not commitment issues that I have; it's quality issues.
I will not settle for.
If I find better quality, then I don't have commitment issues. There's not a lot of quality out here. There's a lot of quantity that dressed up like quality.
Wow.
I spend money to veil quality, but I don't actually have substantial quality inward.
Wow.
So I
boy
apologize
preaching.
if I feel like I'm a Terrell Owens, James Harden, Kevin Durant my way through the next 4 or 5 years of my life, because until I find a home, i.e. Houston to James Harden, Steph Curry to Golden State, until I find a home that makes me understand that this is my value.
I'm trying to retire my jersey here.
I'm doing a 1-year LeBron deal. I want a 1 year with a player option, not a team option, baby. You don't get to choose. I get to choose because your quality, by evidence of your resume, don't really prove strong. So if we're really talking, I'm KD. These teams are on a prove it deal.
The resume I seen earlier looked crazy.
You're not talking about the resume sent to me.
The team facility looked crazy.
The
team facility looked crazy. I'm just saying.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I tell you right now, that team facility was sparkling. It was like just, man, oh, Chris, when I tell you, bro.
There I am. Looking for my Bryce Harper. Looking for my Bryce Harper deal. Like,
13 years, $330 million.
I tell you,
yours.
Yes. Like, I walked to the team facility, Chris.
Actually, that is a better example. I'm trying to sign a Bryce deal. Forget a max contract. I'm
you know what?
The rest
You
of my
can sign
career.
a Bryce deal all you want. I'm gonna be real with you. I want a Juan Soto deal.
15 years.
I don't care that you tried to give me a Bryce deal, and that's what they try to give Juan. No, I want my money, and I want to spend it too. I want my cake, and I'm gonna eat it too. I'm not taking no discount for nobody no more. I'm not settling for anything less than what I feel like I deserve. See, again, Bryce Harper knew what he was getting when he signed with Philly.
Yep.
If you find me somebody that shows me that you are worth all of what I know that I can give you, baby, understand, I'm going to take that discount. I'm going to sign that bag for cheap. But if your quality ain't what Philly was throwing at Bryce, understand, I'm a sniper out here. I'm a mercenary. You on a week-to-week basis.
Yo, he's a 10-day contract.
I ain't got time for this.
Corey Brewers.
Yo,
Corey Brewers,
10
yes.
days.
What's my man from that played with the Wizards? Had like 25 shakes. Ish Smith.
Yo,
I'm the Ish Smith of the dating game right now.
Bruh,
That's
incredible.
I don't even want year contracts, bro.
I'm gonna play.
I want 10 days. Let me go. And if you good to me, I might want to call you and ask you to come back. I ain't got no problem. I ain't got no problem. I ain't got no problem getting on better knee and telling you that I want you.
Oh yeah.
But in this day and age, darling, I know that y'all think y'all the prize. Recency bias shows you're not. So run me my check.
Facts.
It's like you're asking me to do all this, but what are you offering?
What are you offering? I mean,
See,
are
that
we
is-
really going to ask that question? What are you offering? Because if you're telling me you're offering me comfort, pleasure, compassion, kindness, loyalty, honor, integrity, that's everything I'm giving you. Are you paying half of my bills? Are you giving me an allowance to go get my hair done and my nails done? Listen, I don't have no problem with doing that. But my point is, understand.
Are you bringing something to the table
Exactly.
that is different from what I'm giving you?
What are you bringing to my table that I can't get anywhere else? Because let's be honest, Chris, Jamal, please call if you are listening, because I really would love to know this. Let's be honest. What are you bringing to the relationship dynamic besides your aesthetic and your pleasure? What are you giving me besides headaches?
Emotional stability, nurturing, independence.
Whoa, wait.
Oh,
That's
I'm
what
sorry.
you should be giving me.
Oh, see, I've seen my team
you
facility.
talking
I know
about
what they
healed-
coaching. I
you
know what
talking
their
about-
coaching staff look like. Like I know how to. It's the. I give.
Dog,
I'll give you
everybody
a
ain't
team.
Brad Stevens out here. Everybody ain't
No heat culture. That's what I'm looking
everybody
for.
ain't Pat Riley. There's a lot of Glenn Rivers out here. living on a.
You gonna get us killed by the fans. You can't. You gonna get us killed by the
First
fans.
off, not the fans, not the fans though, because half of Philly fans feel the exact same way I do.
No, I mean with your analogy, not the actual Glenn Rivers hate. You can't be telling the truth about women like that on this. We on the FCC air. What's wrong with you? I would like to make it home tonight. What's up with you, man?
First
I
of all,
mean-
you brought him here.
Damn.
You just breaking the fourth wall and like saying things.
I mean, listen,
Listen, real talk. We can't have these conversations for the culture.
for the culture.
we
what
can't
do we
have
do?
these conversations.
What are we doing here?
There's a wonderful Instagram follow that I have, and the guy really hits it on the head. He says, "You want to know why people don't want to talk about politics? Want to know why people talk about religion? Want to know why people talk about race?" He said, "The reason why people want to talk about this because they're too scared to actually talk about things that they are actually passionate and know needs to be addressed. In the Black community, we're too scared to talk about the divide between Black men and Black women. We're too scared to talk about the fact that Black women don't actually like Black men. You like what Black men provide you with. Black men don't like Black women. You like what Black women do for you euphorically and pleasurably. The
Aesthetically.
divide in our community is so vast because social media, TV, everything we know is building that divide. Oh, he ain't got the bag. Sis, he a bum. Keep it moving. And as crazy is when that bum you just kept it moving on comes back with the bag. Now you want to run back to the man with the bag, but now the man with the bag that had that great personality that you thought was boring and that you didn't want now no longer wants you. And now he dating something out of your comfort zone because you was too busy worried about what he had when he ain't had nothing. But the person that you chose that had everything, that man gave you nothing but money, but no attention. He gave you nothing but gifts, but no gifts. He gave you presents, but no presents.
Okay,
So-
talk to him. No, if you gonna talk to him.
So
talk to him.
if you're so busy dealing with what you can get done for
I
you
see
right
that
now
third
in
eye
that
like,
moment,
peeking right here.
like
well.
again. So understand that I'm gonna be a mercenary out here when
Let
it
the
comes
church
to the
say
dating
amen.
game.
Let the
Because
church
if
say
you
amen.
really think you worth it, what's your bag look like? What's your qualities? What are you bringing to my table? Because I'm gonna tell you now, I know what you expect from a man. Y'all tell me all the time. You repost it and reshare it all the time on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook. I need a man to be this. I need a man to be that. But when it comes to a man from his expectations of a woman, now we talking too loud. Now we talking too much. So until we learn to address the issue between Black men and Black women, listen, understand, yes, I want my cake and I'm gonna eat it too. I'm a mercenary. I'm going for my bag, and understand every time I go for my bag, I'm still looking at other teams. Until one team show me that you Philly to James Harden, that you Kobe to LA,
Dirk to Dallas.
Bill to Boston,
R.I.P.
RIP to the GOAT, the real GOAT.
Mike
Loving chips.
Mike to Chicago.
Mike to Chicago.
And their relationship was toxic, and they still stayed
It was
together.
toxic, and they kept going back. You know what's crazy? We don't
See, that's
even-
the good kind of talk, and it's going to sound terrible because the analogy is now getting skewed. But when I say the good type of toxic, I mean like
Oh, there's healthy toxic.
there's like they challenge each other. Like Ryan Dorff was like, "I'm gonna build a team to show you." And Mike was like, "I'm gonna be so good, it don't even matter what the team is," and it was productive.
Right, most definitely.
So I think to say what you're saying is, and the reason I named all those highlights is to to make it slightly more interpersonal, I feel like the team, I'm gonna keep using the analogy, the team that I've decided that I would like to sign a max contract with presents all of those things.
Shout out to the team though, because the team is thorough.
The team is thorough.
The team is thorough.
team is thorough.
The team is solid.
The team is very solid.
I can respect that. Yo, shout out to that.
And so for me, I love the culture of the team. I love what they stand for. I love where they want to go, where they see themselves.
You want to know
And
what I
they
love
don't-
most about the
and
team?
you know what
is
the
that they're
thing I love?
challenging you.
The team, it's the same. I realize me and Jimmy Butler are very similar is because he loved going to the Heat because yes, the Heat wanted him, but they didn't need him.
Well, most certainly. I mean,
When a team needs you, they're gonna say whatever they want to say to you. They're gonna say whatever they need to feel like they need to say to get you in the door. Am I
mhm.
lying? But when a team wants you and they don't need you, they're gonna lay it out flat and be like, "This is what it is, man," and that's what it's gonna
Well,
be.
true, because if the team is already strong enough,
That's
that
all
don't
it
need
is.
That's all it's gonna be.
See, but that's the point. Like, I should be the salt to your rice. I should be, the sugar to your Kool-Aid. I shouldn't be what you need to.
I shouldn't be
to-
the base. I should be the additive.
exactly. I should compliment you.
And
I
that-
should be the molasses to your sweet potatoes. If I have to be the sweet to your potatoes, darling, I'm too much of.
I
what
should
you-
take your
I'm too much of
roster
your
from
identity.
great to championship.
Yes,
That's my job. If I'm a max contract free agent, I'm coming in to change.
But in this day and age,
Like real talk, I should be Tom Brady. You should be Tampa.
yes,
exactly.
I should be Matt Stafford. You should be the
LA.
Rams.
It
But
should
the-
already be in place, and all
But
I gotta do is
the problem
complete
is they don't want to be Tampa Bay. They want to be the wide receiver. They want to be the center. They want to be the ball that you hand off. They want to be the touchdown goalpost. They want to be the Lombardi Trophy you throw up at the end of the year, and they also want to be the champagne that you pour on the fans. They want to be
and the parade.
everything in the world. But when you really think about what does that experience really get me, that makes it that satiates and fulfills me, very often or not, you want to know why men are so sad right now? Because we are unfulfilled in so many different ways, and it's not just in our personal careers; it's in our personal love lives. We are unfulfilled.
Our job, we're told our job is to fulfill.
I mean, it's bad enough that we grew up, shut up, don't talk, don't show emotion, be a man. It's bad enough that we had that oppression. So when we get to the age that we really feel like we want to actually emote and be real, then we have to deal with a whole new, different type of obstacle, which right now, the biggest obstacle is she don't like me, I don't like her, because we don't understand each other.
Yep.
So when you find somebody who really values you and really understands you, i.e. your team that you're about to sign this contract with, i.e. your girl, since you don't like to say it on the air.
Here you go with the goofy stuff.
Ooh,
Labels.
labels. You're right. I really do apologize, ladies and gentlemen. It was very disrespectful to call her a girl. She is very much a woman. You and your woman,
First name.
your queen. Go
First
ahead,
name, your.
manifest it.
First-
It's already been
Your
manifested
queen.
in my
First
head.
name your. Last name Queen.
Ooh, she's your queen. to
No, don't do that because
me.
she might be your queen that was. Woo! Y'all should see how serious his face got.
Meanwhile, me. First name Russell. Last name Wilson.
Oh, let's ride.
Let's ride.
Oh, you trying to play somebody step up?
Hey,
that's all-
listen.
That's always on the table.
Hey,
You out of pocket.
that's smart because
Listen,
there are so many
See, I already got a baby, so
there's
I ain't
so
gotta
many
go play nobody
phenomenal
step up.
people out there have been mistreated and misused that listen, at the end of the day, you just need somebody good for you.
Yep.
Chris is Russell Wilson. Ain't nothing wrong being Russell Wilson. The problem is 3 years ago, nobody liked Russell Wilson. Only people that like Russell Wilson were Seattle Seahawks fans. Because when he got drafted, you were like, oh, look at this guy and his wife. And yeah, I'm not really a fan of him. Now he got Sierra. Now it's like,
let's ride.
let's ride.
Let's ride.
Corny guys are in.
Broncos.
Squares are
Let's
in.
ride.
Boring guys are winners. Let's ride. But 3 years ago, Future was in.
I will wait for it. I'm sorry. I know this sounds crazy. Just off the strength of wait for you, I feel like Future turning the tide.
Future is a GOAT.
Can we just be real?
Can we just let it be known that Future
One of
needs
the
to be
GOATs.
Future needs to be on the Mount Rushmore of greatest men of all time? You want to know why? Let me tell you exactly why. Because everybody looks at Future and they go, Future's he's a bad guy. He's not good for women. This that. Let me tell you exactly what Future is. Future is the mushroom in the Mario game. Women didn't know who they was when they was with Future. They thought they knew who they was. They met Future, and Future showed you how bad of a man he really was. You looked in the mirror and said, I can't be this bad. I gotta be better than this. And then you meet a man and you're like, wow, this is what it feels like to be treated by a great person. Future has literally treated every ex to a better life. They just didn't know it at the time. Every woman he has been with,
you're welcome.
you're welcome. Because
In the words of Kobe
everybody needs
Bryant.
to go through a toxic situation more times than not in order to understand where you need to be. How many times,
Ooh.
ladies,
We talking about that?
I mean, you know, I got no gender
Not
biases.
just ladies.
No, I'm gonna go to men too. You know, I ain't got no qualms.
You know I know.
You know, I'm an equal opportunist. But let's do it right now.
Okay.
Ladies, how many times have you chosen the person that you thought you wanted and it didn't work out? And then on top of it, you chose a terrible dude. Rather, he was abusive verbally, physically, emotionally, mentally. And then you blamed it on him. You blamed it on men and their incapability of being what you need them to be. But is the real question, how clear is your understanding of what you actually need, not want? Because what you deserve, you're never getting. Men are very easy. We're very easy to kind of decipher. We're just products of our body. A lot of times we choose women based off of optics alone and pray to God that they are amazing behind that. Yo, I met this Joan. She bad. For real? Yeah, dog. I'm gonna hit her up. You don't know a can, nothing about her at all. But you already gassing her for all the homies. Now you got with her and she's nothing. No personality, no charisma, no ambition. I mean, yeah, Future is a GOAT because Future may be that dude that you look back and you're like, yeah, that's a bad dude. That's one of my exes that I can't stand to stand a fourth. I bet you the next dude you was with is probably gonna be your forever. Sierra ain't never leaving Russell.
Ever. Oh
Sierra,
my God. I'm
Sierra-
scared.
Name Future's exes. They all glowed up after him, including Lori.
She just didn't want that.
Future
She was
is
just-
the bridge to your greatness.
He's the good luck Chuck.
Future's the bridge to your greatness. The problem is y'all just don't like his
Bruh.
toxicity.
He
No,
is going to
no,
show
no.
you who
He said
is.
it perfectly. He's the good luck Chuck.
Oh, he's good luck, Chuck. Oh, so who is his Jessica Alba? Because if he's good luck, Chuck, man. Let me ask.
His masters.
Let me. Okay, so this is a bigger question because I had to ask myself this once. Do your exes grow up after you, or do they go backwards? See, I would love to hope that
I've
all
only
my
really-
exes
I've only
actually
really ever had
go
three,
better than
I've
me.
only ever really had like 3 people I qualify as an ex. Like we dated for multiple numbers of years. I loved you. Like you are an ex. I know what that feels like.
Okay.
We have 3 exes. One is doing fine. I think she's divorced with 2 kids. I mean, that's neither here nor there. That ain't my business.
I need
One, I think she's fine and prospering. 0 kids.
Oh,
Probably sitting there chilling, just being the
okay.
good-hearted woman
Okay.
she was.
So what about the other one?
The other one?
No,
The
no.
last one, the most recent.
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm going to
being a
plead.
jerk right
I'm
now.
going to plead the 5th on that one.
Plead the 5th, please. Please plead the 5th.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You can pass the 5th, but make sure you plead the 5th.
I'm going to plead.
See, I would love to think that every single one of my exes have somebody better than me. It would actually make me mad. I'm
If
being
you-
honest with you.
Oh,
I would
I know
literally
for a fact.
be
I know
pissed
that. It's
if
like
my
you,
ex
this
is
is
with
not,
somebody that I look at and I'm like, this is who you
This is
chose
who you
after me.
after the
Because my thing is, I'm not acting like I'm the GOAT. I'm not acting like I'm the god.
We
What
are
I'm
the goats.
saying is,
We are.
of course, I'm a Virgo. I'm
We
the
are the
Virgo.
gods.
I'm the Virgo. But the point
Oh,
is,
God.
if I was so bad, if I was what you didn't want, if I wasn't
What you
anything that could
next-
fulfill us or satiate you, but you wind up with somebody who is clearly not what I am, or even on my ballpark, that tells me that obviously the problem didn't lie with me.
No, my friend.
Because that's a real like I really like maybe that's just Virgo in me to overthink, but sometimes like my children's mom, I don't really because I'm pretty sure she has relatively good taste in men. My exes before that, I don't know their past boyfriends or love lives, so I don't like 9 from 10. I don't really care. When I meet you, I don't care about your past. Your past don't mean nothing to me. I'm your present, and let's
And
build the
your
future.
future. Preach. I don't care how
Past
many you
is
done slept
ego.
with, how many you done be with. You mine.
Past is ego. When you hold on to the past, you hold on to your ego.
That's insecurity.
That's ego. Insecurity is ego. All of that is ego.
You right? Talk about it.
The reason why I don't, this is why I can't wait until, yes, because it's not even that, you know, there's a lot of things that I can't say right now. It's just there are certain things I would love to dive into about the dating game and about the misunderstandings between how we just really don't see each other. We are shopping blind right now, Chris, hoping to find a diamond in a haystack.
I think
Because let me ask you a question, Jamal. What do you want out of your woman? Because
I can literally give you
because this is a question a lot of people can't answer. What do you want out of your prospective lover? And I don't mean aesthetically.
So for a long, and I think so. Corey and I have had this conversation at nauseam off air, and for a long time I would have told you either I don't know or I would have given you some contrived BS answer. And all I want is someone who isn't an idiot. And I know that sounds
Virgo life.
And that's pretty much all I want. I want someone I can have deep, honest, interesting conversation with, but I can have surface level fun with, who also can match my, I would say, sexual drive and energy as well.
Okay.
Those are all requirements.
Heard.
That's what I want from my person. I want a best friend who I can help from time to time for the rest of my life.
That was very romantic. So
that's a direct quote from someone else.
I mean, that was very romantic. See, I like my list
That's
is
what I want.
I think I am more insatiable when it comes to fulfilling my list. But my basic ask are very simple. I want loyalty beyond compare.
Yes.
I don't want to ever question you. I don't want to ever question where my loyalty stand. I want to be able to walk out a room, somebody mention my name out their mouth, and it comes out any way that you don't like it,
and you check it.
Lisa Left Eye Lopez them.
Wow.
I need unbridled loyalty.
Oh.
I need raw
I want
honesty. Like when I mean raw honesty, I mean raw. I mean pull back the layer of skin and reveal the white meat. I don't want
night raw.
Yes, I don't like sugarcoating. I don't like you putting honey on my bread and telling me to eat it. No, give me that rustic loaf that you put on my plate and let me decide if I can chew it myself. No. Don't try to, let me give you a little bit of honey butter because I know you a little bit sensitive. Because you're a Virgo and you understand this well, and this don't even have to be a Virgo thing. This should be just a grown individual thing. Honesty is literally the number one priority in a relationship. If you're not giving me honesty, which nine times out of 10, people ain't doing. If you're not giving me honesty, then why in the world?
Oh my Lord.
Yes, Lord. If you're not giving me honesty, why should I even be in this room with you? Then I need compassion. I need you to be compassionate. I need you to be kind. You don't have to be nice. You have to be kind. And then, yes, you're right. You need to be a fervent devil when the lights go out.
Yes. Yes.
It needs to be don't be in Meta South Central while drinking juice in the hood, back in a postal truck.
Yes.
Do we have
Yes. I need the I want you to tell me to put the hot sauce back in the fridge because I'm trying to put it on the toast.
$5.
Facts.
Better get some. I can't say that.
But my point is, I want what I want, but at the end of the day, what I ask for, I feel like every human being should be given the next human being. Honesty, integrity, loyalty. This is basic fundamentals of what a relationship should be instilled with. But we have to fight for this. We have to ask for this and pray for this. So would you say you're a loyal person? Whoever should have to ask that question to somebody else. Would you say you're honest? No, I'm a cold liar. It's bad that I have to ask you that. Because how many times have you dated somebody and because they wanted to save your feelings, they didn't tell you what was actually going on? Darling, you could tell me you're on a date right now. I'm not that weak.
Dating someone or in a relationship with someone?
Dating somebody, in a relationship with somebody, they better be that.
They better. But,
Chris Brown, Rihanna.
Well, okay, I'm going to tell you something.
No, I'm just playing.
I don't just date to date. So what I mean by that is
you date with so you don't date at all. You court.
Yes. If I'm trying to date you, I've already made it up in my mind. I want to date you.
Well,
does that make any sense?
Well,
if I'm trying to date you, I've already made it up in my mind and I want to be in a relationship with you. Because anything other than I'm being honest.
Well,
I'm gonna get to the point of what I want, what I'm here for.
Anybody who is dating actively is just preparing for divorce. Put that on a t-shirt because that is fact. The minute that you start to date, you're preparing for divorce.
Oh, you mean like other?
No, you just don't understand. You gotta understand something. One, dating didn't even come into fruition
Oh,
until
but
the 1950s.
okay, so that's why you're using the phrase courting. Well, you know what I mean. Yes,
Yes.
I'm a court.
Dating didn't come until the
court.
1950s. Dating was a reintroduction to society for people who had gotten divorced. Dating is something temporary and fleeting. If I date you, I don't date you forever.
No.
You understand that, right? Like I
Yes.
date you with the
I'm
idea that I
courting-
want to be in an
I'm courting
exclusive
you.
relationship with you.
Yes, that is eventually a
Dating
conversation that's gonna
dating
need
is
to have.
preparation for divorce, because every time you date somebody and you break away from somebody, you date somebody else, you're divorcing somebody, you're picking up somebody else, you're dating somebody else, and you're doing the fake marriage stuff. You're calling her to make sure that she got in, that her laundry done, that her bills are paid, or wife stuff, home care stuff. That's all dating is nowadays, is fake marriages. And it's funny to me because everybody's like, I don't get it. How can you not be monogamous? How are you so against dating? Why do you not like marriage? Because dating is marriage. Relationships nowadays are marriages. They're fake marriages. They're literally dollar store save a lot version of marriages. It's let me try it out to see if I want to be with you for the rest of my life. That's not courtship. That's dating. Dating is the idea that I'm already divorcing you. Because let me tell you something. If I really want you, I'm not dating you. You're mine. Dating is let me find out if I like it. It's a test drive. Any man who really wants that woman, he ain't trying to date you.
I'm courting.
He
you.
wants you. He's going to claim you. He ain't going to let you go anywhere without him putting his best foot and best effort in. If he has to date you, he's undecided about you. That's facts. Because I would never date a woman that I want. If I want you, the dating is over. I love the meme. If I really want you, by the second day I met you, I've already friend requested your mom. That's real.
That's facts.
That's real.
That's facts.
If I really want you in my life,
That's facts.
and it's long term, and you know how we are. Just
That's
like
facts.
women know within minutes if they want a man.
You know how hard it's been for me. Well, my mom hasn't been here the last couple weeks.
Because
Me-
once
to
we
not
really like
introduce this
somebody,
woman to
we
my mom.
are ready to shoot. Hey, double date. Let's moms. Let me tell you about homegirl. Hey, homie, you need to meet she about to be Mrs. Moore. Like it get real.
It get real.
So why I want to date you? I don't want to date nobody I want. I
Nobody
want
wants.
you.
Like
I
you
want
already
you.
thinking
Claiming
long
you.
term.
Yes.
Oh, it's already in them.
dating.
You already
Date-
got the wedding planned
Let
out.
me-
But
everything.
here's the thing:
Let me tell you
no
what,
expectations. Temper expectations
you should
at all
never
times.
have expectations.
Temper
anyway.
expectations
But you
at
know
all
what
times.
dating is? Dating is going out with your homies, but he not a dude. That's what dating is. Dating is us hanging out. Oh, Molly, what you doing today? Oh, I don't know. You trying to go grab a drink? All right, that's a date, bro. I'm sorry, men. Y'all don't like to hear this because it's some homophobic people out there that's
People
like,
are
oh
insecure in
my
their
God,
masculinity.
I don't date my male friends. You do, bro.
You do.
Because anytime you ask your homie, oh, yo, what you doing tonight? Yo, let's go to the club. Let's do that. That's a date, bro.
Facts.
That's a platonic date.
Facts.
So dating ain't nothing but date is dating without the platonic part.
Exactly.
So once you remove the platonic part, you're actually yeah, bro, man. No, I'm gonna let you know now. I'm gonna let you know now, Chris. The next one, I told you I'm not dating her. Once I know for certain that I want you, I'm skipping all formalities,
Listen.
bro. All formalities. We're going to take it slow and casual, but the dating thing is out the window. You are mine. Nobody else can have you unless I deem it so or you deem it so.
Yeah, no, I feel you. But one thing about me also is that ever since I got this job, you know how a certain life event that happens in your life, like it doesn't like alter you in a way, but like you carry yourself like in a different air than what you normally do.
Oh, most definitely.
It's like a level up. So like now I'm at a point in my life. I'm about to be 30.
Right.
I got this job.
Right.
I'm at a point in my life where the money I'm making is still not the money that I want,
But it's comfortable enough for
but
you
it's
to.
comfortable for me to live comfortably. So I
I need your job, by the way.
I want the ability to, if I want the ability to go out and do a trip, I can do that. If
Right.
I want to have like a legitimate savings account, I could do that.
Can't wait till we get there, Jamal.
Yeah. So now,
Oh, I'm gonna be there sooner rather than later. I just
So
All
now,
right, I can't wait to get on y'all level.
because the way your personal life in regards to your financial stake
Right.
is different. Now it's time for you to like, okay, I level up here. Now it's maybe time to, start doing something you're not normally used to doing.
Right.
And now it's like, I'm gonna be real in regards to the dating scene. More often than not, I'm a little timid because
Can I ask you a question?
I don't want to. Yeah. Because
what is your preferred method to date? Like certain people, they love to online date. Some people they rather organically date, but like meet you in a workplace. Other people are more aggressive. If I see you at a coffee shop or a taco house,
that's the thing. Like for me, I don't like online dating. I don't.
Online dating is very impersonal. I feel like there are success stories, but
Yeah.
I feel like you have to be extremely charismatic already.
Yeah, and like I don't. For me, it's like because I went to school for a communications degree, I can't really show off my personality in regards to online dating. I don't know how to say those 5 right words in order for me to start a conversation.
Right. You don't know the keywords or the things that will get the interest that you desire from the.
And for me, in regards to my work environment, that's how I treat it. It's a work
Right.
environment. I don't like to pursue people at my job because for me, like I have it, don't when you eat.
Oh, listen. we
Our industry. All right.
Oh,
So I normally don't, but I will say I can't speak.
But
for
I will
your
say
industry.
shout out to you, Brian. It's good to see you, bro.
Our industry is a little different.
Our industry is literally the only time you
People
have a
you're
chance
around.
to date is by dating people in your restaurant because you work such long hours. Like when I worked at Dave & Buster's, I worked from 1 in the afternoon till like 3 in the morning. What women were I meeting that didn't come in Dave & Buster's or work for Dave & Buster's?
Yeah.
Like
No, but for me right now, it's that because of a lot of things in my personal life is changing, I might have to alter how I go about, pursuing somebody. So now this person who I'm looking at my job, I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I'll go after.
So what's your approach?
It depends
Because-
on how you approach. Because if you go ahead.
No, go ahead. Because I was going to ask him pretty much the same question. What's your approach? Because I'm gonna tell you now, and this is the most real thing I can say to you. At the end of the day, aesthetically, you're probably not her type. Aesthetically, I'm probably not half of the types that I go for. I'm just gonna be honest. Like, and this one thing we need to get out of our head that we're not attractive enough. When it comes to women, unless they're completely shallow, the attraction is second fiddle.
Yep.
A lot of
learn that
women.
once you really get older.
Yeah,
It's about who you are.
women
Once
don't
you
get me wrong.
really
Women
get
love
older.
the abs, they love the pectorals, they like the biceps, they like the beautiful faces, the chiseled
But
smiles.
it's the stability.
But the
and the
reality is,
emotionality.
all real women, aesthetic is not their number one. So as men, a lot of reasons why times we're timid and we're out of our comfort zone and we don't feel like we have the audacious potential to be able to bag what we want is because we feel like we don't look like what they want. But the reality is, if you got an awesome personality, you're financially stable, you're solid, you're a man of your word, you probably will get in more doors than somebody, let's say, that got all the aesthetic qualities and none of the substantial qualities. Because the reality is, whoever you're talking about your job, I guarantee you, Chris, if she knows you, if you say, yo, listen, I'll be real, I'm off this day. If you're off, we need to go grab a bite to eat.
I'm not
She's
even
probably
talking-
gonna say yes.
I'm not even talking about people specifically at my job. I'm just saying that.
Right, but I'm just saying, like in general,
general.
right? In general, whatever that person is that you have interest for, one, you need to attack that like Adrian Peterson to the hole. We don't know. This ain't no, let me Kyrie dribble around the game. No, go straight to the throat. Because women don't like timidness, and they're not going to like the fact that you about to hit them with this. Well, I've been thinking about, and be sure, be confident, put your foot down, puff your chest out. One, you're a grown behind man who take care of your bills. You are probably more capable than most men that they've already dated. So the difference between them and the men that they've already dated is you're timid, and they're broke. Men weren't. They were uber. Most men that ain't got nothing are uber confident. Because they got to overcompensate. Most men that got a lot don't really speak a lot. They don't talk a lot. They don't huff, huff, huff. So people like you lose a lot more often in life because you don't actually take your shot. You just got to take the shot. Because I'm going to tell you now, you take the shot, I guarantee you, bro, you got Steph Curry range. The shot may not look pretty, but it's going to go in.
You've told me before, like and this is a personal thing between Chris and I. Chris feels like I'm better with. I'm just more willing to take the shots. I'm more J.R. Smith than you are in the game. I don't care
Shout out
about
to
going.
chasing lawyers.
I don't care about going 4 for 16, bro. I do not care,
Bro, first off, you go
Because
4
the next
for 12.
night I might go 9 for 15 from the floor and 7 for 8 from 3.
What?
So I don't care about every 4 for 16 shooting night.
I'm gonna tell you now, I don't shoot 100% every night. I mean, and granted, I shoot about 70%, but I don't shoot 100%. I'll miss a shot or two because listen, the women that I like, if I was being an insecure person who didn't understand who I was, I would clearly tell you they're out of my range, they're out of my ballpark. But I had to actually understand something. Only people who believe that is people who don't believe in themselves, because the woman who's looking at you don't know nothing about you until you open up your mouth. So when you open up your mouth and you come at her with this weak-minded, she's already made up in her mind she don't like you. I've seen the most beautiful women living in Atlanta for over 10 years with the most medium ugly brothers I've ever seen in my life.
Shout out the medium ugly brothers. We out here.
Shout out to
The
Kodak
medium
Black.
ugly. The medium
Kodak
ugly,
ain't medium ugly.
The
That
me-
brother is well ugly.
the medium ugly, medium ugly vibes is where it's at.
Right. Like women love me. Like I love
First of all, men.
I
No,
was
whoa,
dating a
whoa, whoa,
woman.
let's start this.
men
now,
don't like medium
aesthetically-
ugly women.
Stop.
Men will sleep with anything, but that don't mean they will date.
Listen, man. You tripping? I'm not most men. You have to remember that. It do not
Men-
matter to me.
Men
To
will
every
men
Megan
will
Good,
take
there's
anything
a
to
10
bed, but you
medium
won't
ugly
wife
girls
everything.
Who you should wife. Like wife.
We got a phone call. Okay.
Y'all on rapid, it's almost heat wave time, and I got Crab Rangoon to get. I'm gonna cash at you.
You got crab ragoon.
I want to get Crab Rangoon from the
Oh, you
Chinese
need me to
store
pay
finna-
for it?
Yeah.
You can't cash out me. I
Uh,
don't have a cash app card.
Are we
Venmo
talking about
card.
this
You
on
gotta
air?
Venmo me. But Cat, you can probably.
but I don't.
I got
have
you.
the
We'll
money
figure
on
it
my
out. We'll
cash
figure it
app.
out. We'll figure it out.
But anyway, we're gonna wrap the show up early. By
It-
the way, keep Tyrese Maxey.
First off,
Why was that even a question?
Daryl Morey, Joshua Harris, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
We don't want KD.
Pennsylvania, United States of America. Earth under the skies of heaven. If you are listening right now to Corey, Chris, and Jamal, make sure you put a prayer in the air tonight that in no shape, way, or form shall the devil prosper against us, and allow Kevin Durant to walk in a 2-on-5 if that means we have to give up Tyrese Maxey.
All right, sweet Prince.
Hashtag keep Mad Maxey.
Keep Mad Maxey. Until next time.
You got Chris Thomas.
You got Jamal Thomas.
And I am Corey Moore. Thank you again for allowing me on.
Listen, at this point, you're kind of like our JJ Redick at this point.
I like that. Yo, Chris might be my new best friend. Like, you've never complimented me like that. Chris, dog, you definitely are
I
getting
mean,
a
like
Christmas present
you've
now.
been on the show long enough.
Yeah, but to
Well,
call
Chris
me
is-
JJ, like
Yeah.
I know, I mean, you know, when they say I'm great as JJ,
That's
but to say
okay.
I'm JJ, like, dog, you get
Chris knows who's gonna be
you get a
standing next to
legitimate
me on the
Christmas
altar,
present.
though.
I better be on the altar too.
You gonna be second.
Okay, I'm about to say, I don't care if I'm not the best man, because you're gonna be the best man at my wedding. I'm gonna have multiple best men to a wedding that's never gonna happen. But still,
I didn't even want to get married a couple
mean,
months ago. Life is
after this
crazy.
wedding on Sunday, I think I might
Yeah.
want to get married.
Yo,
Yeah.
I told you I saw the video.
Shut up. We're canceling now.
Uh,
we're closing out because he's about to call me out
real
on the
talk,
air.
dude, there is like a hierarchy.
Yeah, he's about to call me on the air, about to put all my laundry out there.
You're listening
Yeah.
to the Running Back Sports Show, Sports for the Culture, every Tuesday from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on 98.5 WJYN and on UptownRadioPhilly.org. Until next time, we will see you later.
So,
Yeah.